What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Utah Jazz fans, NBA fans, TSR Sports fans, plushie fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, where we will be doing a play-by-play live reaction, chat, scoreboard, game clock, you name it, for tonight's game. The Spurs are... What's going on with our Spurs, guys? What's up with the injuries? Wemby's out for a third game now. Devin Vassell is out for a third game, and I'm seeing that it's the same knee he had injuries with at the beginning of last year, so I'm a little concerned. I'm seeing in the chat that Wemby's good to go, but the medical staff's being very, very careful. I get being careful, but then there's a point where you're just being a little too careful, and Keldon Johnson is walking up the hallway with his shirt open and a cowboy hat and a giant belt buckle and going full cowboy, apparently. That's from earlier in the day, I'm sure. Sean Elliott, Jacob Toby calling the game for the Spurs. TSR calling it here. Good evening, Free J. Tracy, I hope it's another W to get us to 800. 500. I think we play the Warriors Saturday night, which that's going to be a tough one, especially for slow down people. I think they are low managing Cortez. It feels that way, doesn't it? It is Warrior versus Spurs. Thank you, J Money. William Juby Vassell's injuries makes 80 look like an Iron Man. You know what? 80's been pretty solid this year and last year, has he not? I believe he played a career-high games last year. We do need revenge. We lost by a point to the Jazz last time. Now, we had Wemby. They had Markkanen. They still have Markkanen. We don't have Wemby. So, they don't have Walker Kessler, though. We also have a couple couple Spurs on the Utah Jazz, former Spurs. Patty Mills, Drew Eubanks. I'm guessing they'll both get some playing time tonight, so that's cool. Ryan Walker, we are playing very well at home. We are. So that's a good sign. Hawks lost by 30 against the Warriors. And the Warriors are 11-3. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Victor Wembanyama, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Simon are out. It is Devin Vassell's left knee. That's the one that gave him some issues last year. Zach Collins is available. He's having some left knee issues. Chris Paul's available. He jammed his left thumb the other night. Maybe we'll see more Charles Bassey tonight. If Zach Collins is a little banged up, we should trade Vassell from the Jazz. Vassell's trade value, if he keeps getting hurt, is falling off a cliff if the Spurs were ever to trade him. Ron, a good evening to you. And yes, rooting for the Hawks to lose a lot. Absolutely. Oh, Patty Mills doesn't play anymore? Oh. What's up, Daniel Barry? Good evening to you. I guess we'll see KJ's quadruple double tonight. Mohammed, only if turnovers count. Sarbos, go Spurs, go to you. Go Spurs, go to everybody. This is not a nationally televised game. We don't have a nationally televised game now until Christmas. So if you're looking to watch it, it's on your local TV channel or NBA League Pass. Or unfortunately for some of you, it may be blacked out because I don't know. Gino, good evening to you. Two Clutch Glory. What's up? Crypto Keeper. I bet Markkanen gets 30 points. That seems reasonable. Mr. Z says, I remember all those who wanted to trade Vassell. Keep that same energy, guys. What? Timetable for Sohan, I would not expect till January. Exactly, This Way Gaming channel. The video we did yesterday, no Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan, no problem. They beat the Thunder. I hope that they have that same energy tonight. The Jazz are a little better than their roster-wise are better than their record, but they're not playing better than their record. The Bucks, what's going on with them? Are they gonna put things together? Get ahead of Atlanta, will you? You know, Michael, that's a good question. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on Devin Vassell, but the track record of the last 2 years has not been kind injury-wise, and now I'm seeing he's out with the left knee issue. That's the same knee that kept him out for, yeah, he had it scoped. I don't remember how long he was out for. It was early 2003, but he had a scope on that knee, and now he's having issues with that knee again. That's very concerning because he's supposed to be our number 2 option on offense, but he's not doing us any good if he's on the bench missing games. Why we only have played 3? We haven't played a lot of different teams this year. We are playing a lot of the same teams over and over again, aren't we? What's good, Doja? Hopefully a Spurs win tonight. Glaze and baking. Let's beat those bums. Wow. Zach Collins trade value is very minimal. Good evening, VXL Timmer. Thank you for stopping in. So Wemby said he's okay. He's just not playing. The Jazz have been actively watching Duke games. What are you getting at over there? The Cooper Flag sweepstakes? Yeah, probably. The Bucks are 6-9 already. Giannis is too good. The talent around him is too good. And is Chris Middleton playing yet? I know he had been out with an injury. Got Malistic. I hope he's back Saturday night. That Miss TSR will be here. That's a game against the Warriors. The Warriors, I remember, used to play small ball. I don't know if they're going to go small ball against Wemby. I don't even know who their centers are these days. I haven't seen a Warriors game this season. Yes, Wemby's out again. Cleared yesterday. All right, you guys need Middleton for sure. Bible English, I think knee pads would definitely throw him up, but maybe some sort of sleeve. David Robinson did certainly. I don't know if he did early in his career, but he definitely did a good portion of his career. I mean, I don't know. With all the dings he's getting, it might not hurt to put something on his knee, but then again, it might affect his mobility, his game. Who the heck knows? Middleton has a double ankle sprain, whatever. Yeah, what is that? Double ankle sprain? Like both ankles? Or double on the same ankle? JG says, knowing how the Spurs like to baby up players, they'll probably keep Wemby out until Christmas. Now listen, as a Spurs content creator and as a Spurs fan, that would suck. They're putting up a thing right now where the Spurs will only have 13 unique opponents in the first 25 games. Playing a lot of teams multiple times. All right, well. I did hear Saturday or Tuesday for Wemby. Saturday or Tuesday for Wemby. Hopefully not Tuesday, not the next week. Nunez, haven't been following him. He's playing overseas. I don't really follow international ball, so I have no idea what he's doing. I'm sure Air Alamo or Pounding the Rock or Spurs Talk, if something big happened with him overseas, then they would do an article on him, but I've heard zip on him. Zoltz says, Picard, he is not here tonight. It's me, Selena, Baby Coyote with the good luck boop. Boop! And we got little Mikey doing Ninja Turtle things. And then running the scoreboard back in his uniform. It's Headband Grogu rocking the Spurs uniform. And if you guys didn't see the video, last night I was at Miss TSR's house and we tried to put this on her dog Bear. She knew it too. As soon as she saw it, no way it was going to fit. But Toby, the other dog in the house, is a 35-pound dog, and these jerseys are designed to fit a dog up to 40 pounds. Bear's about 65 pounds, no chance. He's a big boy. And we did a short, or I filmed Toby with the jersey on, and let's just say he was not a fan of wearing this Spurs jersey. So we did put up a short there. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. He didn't like it. John Lou, good evening to you. If I ran a business that reported Spurs rumors, news, and articles, would you follow? I mean, sure. When we going to pull a full-blown... That's not funny. Now, Joel Embiid, I don't know what's going on with that dude. Talent beyond belief, but... Man, he... I don't know. PC Gamer by default, and that's what I'm looking forward to. While some people on the Thunder game checked out, they're like, no, Wemby, I'm not paying attention tonight, which I'm sure they later regretted because it was a great game. But I still want to see, our young guys develop, like your Stephon Castles. I want to see Chris Paul running our offense. And I'd like to see, is Keldon going to play good off the bench again? We got some Charles Bassey minutes in the Thunder game. So, I mean, as a Spurs fan, there's still a lot of things I want to see happen for the team. Go, Castle, go. Jersey looks good on headband. I mean, what doesn't look good on headband Grogu? I mean, can anybody rock a headband like Grogu? I mean, seriously, look at that headband. Look at that headband. Look at that headband. Woo. Is there anything... if Disney was smart, they would get their Grogu a headband and make millions and millions of more money. All right, Grogu, get over there and do the scoreboard. Hartenstein returned yesterday for OKC, 13 points, 14 boards. He did not play against us. Grogu headband tough, that's right. Grogu hairline. Grogu doesn't have a hairline. He doesn't have any hair. Laurie Markin, Kyle Filipowski, John Collins, Colin Sexton, Keontae George, the starters for the Jazz. Head coach is Will Hardy. For the Spurs, it's going to, they don't have the roster up yet, but I assume it's the same lineup we saw before. Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, Julian Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, and Zach Collins. Not the lineup we're looking for, and yes it is, but that's the lineup we got. Grogu is the most consistent headband wearer member of the Spurs. This is a fact. Master Eden Go Spurs go to you. Grogu, nice ult. Steven Z, Wemby and Grogu are both aliens. That is a fact. And Mud Dog, I don't believe it's serious. It's a knee contusion. I think they're being extra careful with holding Wemby out. If this was a playoff game, he'd be playing. Biscuit Bunny, these uniforms, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Especially with the white shirt underneath, it kind of clashes with. I'm still not a fan. I'm not a fan, lad. Players are on the court, and away we go. Zach Collins is rocking headband tonight. He's rocking the white headband, and we have noticed, at least some of us, seems to play a little better with the white headband over the black headband. I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe the black headband's a little too tight and cutting off the circulation in his tiny brain. Just kidding, Zach. I'm sure you have a big brain under your emo hair. And hey, I'm talking some smack about him, and he gets a layup to start off the game. So there you go, Zach. Shut me up. Has our schedule been easier? The Western Conference is really good this year, and nobody playing defense at the rim as Colin Sexton gets an alley-oop layup. Grogu runs the scoreboard. Mikey should be in charge of music. And Mikey's in charge of... Mikey, what are you in charge of? Oh, Mikey's in charge of this button right here. Boop. All right, Mikey's on Chuck Norris duty, apparently. Because, he's a Ninja Turtle, so you can relate to Chuck Norris. Spurs ball, 7 on the shot clock. Gosh, I don't like these uniforms. Barnes for 3. No good. They're a very light blue. But since a lot of the guys are wearing white socks and white shirts, the blue is not, it's clashing with the rest of their outfit. I don't like it. Filipowski for 3, no good. Spurs ball. Castle over to CP3. EO. Collins in the paint. Throws it up. And it's an air ball, but he was fouled. Going to go to the line. Addy, I'd like to see Castle play well, and Trey Jones is back off the bench. Who's the Spurs head coach after Pablo Sarvas? Right now, it's Mitch Johnson. The blue Biscuit Buddy, the blue waistband, all the blue doesn't work because the blue is so light that it's, for me, with my eyes, it's clashing with the white that the players have, whether it's an elbow sleeve or long socks or knee, whatever they're wearing that's white, it's clashing with that blue. What's up, Chicken Noodle? William, you know what I wish they do is pick a city jersey that's fans seem to like and maybe stick with it for a while. Remember the black jerseys with the Fiesta colors thing on it? That was a pretty good jersey, wasn't it? Maybe stick with them for 2 or 3 years instead of changing them every year. And sometimes changing them to less than optimal colors, in my opinion. That's a miss. Stephon Castle on the fast break gets into the paint. Layup is good. Spurs up 6-2. Zach says no Wemby, no Vassell, no Pop, no problem. No Sohan either. Dear Merlo, good evening to you. Mr. Z, I didn't doubt Wemby. I've questioned Pop's rotations, but I always tried to trust the process. And Sohan, I've always been rooting for Sohan. I want him to be good because he was a first-round pick 2 years ago, 9th overall. What's happening to the Ravens defense? I don't know. Is it the Steelers and Ravens tonight on Thursday Night Football? Zach, you're not alone. A lot of fans are calling for Charles Bass. He's a better rim protector, better rebounder. Doesn't have the outside shot that Zach has, although some would say Zach doesn't have the outside shot that Zach has. Keontae George for 3, no good. Spurs ball. CP3 will bring it up under 10 minutes to go. 6-2. Collins in the paint. Collins out of the paint. Collins in the paint. And a layup. Zach Collins is... granted, Walker Kessler's not in there. I think he'd be having a tougher time scoring in the paint, but taking advantage of who's out there. You got John Collins on you. Use him and abuse him. Marking up for 3, no good. Off the back rim. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Barnes. It's going to stay with the Jazz. They look like pajamas someone buy for a newborn baby boy. Oh, you're right. Wemby Anthony, he's not Ralph Sampson. If you're a Spurs fan, which I think you are, That is not something you want to happen at all. That would set our franchise back years. I do have concerns with his injuries long term because of his size, although I have the injury concerns with Devin Vassell too. Keontae George pulls up around the elbow. It's good 8-4. Ernie, good evening. Crypto Keeper, I think he only played in the first half against the Thunder, like 5 or 6 minutes, and that's going to be a foul. Harrison Barnes just got thrown to the floor. Errol Williams, I like seeing Charles being aggressive too. Good evening, Gabriel. Go Spurs, go to you. I feel like we always get a good start. That's fair. You're welcome, Zach. Spurs fan since 1990 over here. Not bragging, just stating a fact. Because number 50 right there. Whoop, there he is. Barnes with the ball on the post. Gets it to Champagny, who's cutting in the paint and misses the layup. Julian, you got to make those, or just dunk the ball. George for 3. Oh my bricking, jeez. The putback is no good by Filipowski. The putback by Markin is good. So 2 offensive rebounds for the Jazz makes it 8-6. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. If you'd like to be an official sponsor and member of TSR Sports, all you got to do is hit the thumbs up. It looks like this. We got a charge on Zach Collins as he was throwing his elbows all over the paint there and knocked George down. It's going to be Jazz ball. Mamu and Bassi? It could happen. There you go. Addy, Spurs fan since 92 because of David Robinson. Doobie, Spurs fan since 96, but Charles Barkley was your favorite player. The Admirals number 2. All right. Charles Barkley is a good player. Fortunately, he's one of that, in my lifetime, one of those Hall of Fame players, MVP too, that just never got a championship. Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, a lot of those great 80s players just... And there goes the lead. Keontae George. What a 3. He's been chucking a lot of shots tonight. On a mission, apparently. Champagny over to Stephon Castle. Zips it around to Barnes. Barnes going to drive baseline. Gets it to Collins. Collins in the paint. Draws some contact. Throws it up. Not going to go in, but he is going to draw a foul on Filipowski and go to the line for 2. Good evening, Trenchant 1099. Only 2 p.m. Friday for you? What the heck? Yasirski says he can't wait until we waive Zach Collins. I don't know what his dead cap would be if we waived him after the year. Probably too much to waive him. Makes first free throw. It's tied at 9. Select one following the Spurs directly from Brazil. Amario 45. Good evening. Daniel Jones is done as a New York Giant. I wish he would have worked, especially since we used a 6th overall pick for him. Wasn't meant to be. He will not play again for the New York Giants. He will sit the rest of the year. The Giants will release him at the end of the season. That's a drive by Markkanen and fouled. Shot is no good. 2 free throws coming up. Zach Collins getting cut by Christmas? No. No chance. Prime Barkley was on... Yes, he was. The round man, the rebound. Crypto Keeper, that's true. Michael Jordan is the reason the guys I just mentioned never won a championship. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller. Oh, he never played Reggie in the finals because they're in the same conference. Did stop them from getting to NBA Finals numerous times. Cheeky Panda, Wemby's out again. Devin Vassell is out again. Clint Short, there's a YouTube video of what happened with that. We couldn't put it on Bear. My girlfriend's dog is way too big, which I figured, but we did get the jersey on her mother's dog, and there's about a 15-second video up on the YouTube on the short section of the channel if you want to see how we felt about it. Chris Paul for 3. Nope. 11-10, Jazz up. Who's my GOAT, Tracy? It's Michael Jordan. Collins for 3 from the corner, no good. John Collins, excuse me. I just realized we have 2 Collins out there. Spurs ball. Drop it off to Barnes. Barnes going to take off, and ball's going to get poked out from behind by Filipowski. It'll stay with the Spurs, 16 on the shot clock. Vassell is out with the left knee injury tomorrow. Yes, the Knicks and Spurs at like 12 o'clock on Christmas. MJ ruined more than a few legacies, yeah. You're welcome, Cheeky Panda. I mean, if the weird thing is, when I watched Jordan in the 90s, I was actually annoyed by him. by how good he was. Like when the Spurs played the Bulls, that usually didn't work out too well when Jordan was there. And I was usually rooting for the opposing team in the finals. Charles Bassey's checked in, misses the little jumper in the paint. I didn't root for the Lakers the first time the Bulls won a championship, but I was rooting for the Suns. Didn't work. Was rooting for the Blazers. That didn't work. 3-pointer for the Jazz, and it's a 4-point game. That was Lauri Markkanen with the 3. I was rooting for the Sonics. I was generally rooting for the opposing team. I'm like, all right, Jordan got one. Let's see somebody else win. And those games were in a timeout. The games against the Spurs and against the teams I was rooting for in the finals, or if I was rooting for the Pacers with Reggie Miller, to just watch the Bulls occasionally be down. And then the tongue comes out in the fourth quarter, and then he just took over a game. It's like, can't anybody stop him? There were just games nobody could stop him, and it was annoying. I just found it annoying. In retrospect, I appreciate it now. Any more? I hope. Veronica, good evening. Mario. The Giants will be lucky if they won one more game on Mario. I do think we're going to go 3-14 at best. It's going to suck. I mean, I'm just a casual time Giants content creator, and I'm to the point like, do I still want to do shorts after every game? I guess we could beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys are terrible. Like, they're not even competitive. Anthony Bustamante, I don't like how we're starting. It's Michael. The energy with everybody seems off right now. I was fortunate enough to see Jordan Bulls play the Celtics in '97. Jordan had an aura around him like no other. He was a killer at both ends of the floor. William, yes. Greco, good evening to you. Oh, the Medicare guys. Hello, TSR. Happy Thursday. Go Spurs, go. I really don't like these Fiesta 68. I don't like the jerseys. And thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. We are dog. What? Yeah. Veronica, I can't even troll the Cowboys anymore. That's how bad it's gotten. When the season started, you guys probably saw the shorts. I was making fun when the Cowboys lost, and I was like, they got blown out at home, But now they're so not competitive. The last video I did, nobody even cared that the Cowboys lost because the season's over. And the Giants are falling into that same category. The season's been over. I'm going to still do content. I guess I'll keep following the Giants, and I'll follow Saquon Barkley because he's a former Giant that is really playing well. And the Giants decided to overpay Daniel Jones, and by overpaying Daniel Jones, who they're now going to release after the season, they couldn't keep Saquon Barkley. I think at the end of the year, you're going to see Daniel Jones gone. You're going to see Brian Dable, their head coach, gone, and their GM, Joe Shane's going to be gone as well. The Giants are just going to hit the reset button again. The franchise is a mess. Hello, T-Gunk. Thank you for stopping in. Bart, what's going on? I wouldn't worry about the injuries. The coaches are treating us like an 82-game preseason. You know, somebody mentioned Bill Belichick as a future coach for the Spurs, but he's going to be, 77 next season? That's a little up there in years. Soul Lender, you got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell? I don't like the new jerseys. I absolutely don't like... I don't mind the court because it reminds me of last year's Fiesta court, so I'm used to it. But these jerseys just look... I don't like them. Stephon Castle pull-up at the buzzer is no good, goes in and out. They're a very... If you can't see them, they're very light blue. But it doesn't work with, the rest of their outfits as... Filipowski gets loose and throws down a dunk. We are energy-less tonight. Is that another timeout? Well, happy early birthday. And Biscuit Buddy says the Jazz are on a 12-2 run. I mean, we're looking poopy. Jets or Giants, which New York team more of a mess? Road trip? Yes. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. Has Aaron Rodgers ever had a losing season in the NFL as a starter? I don't think he has. I vote for Deflategate Part 2. Bring in Bell. Bring in Bill Belichick. No, Trenchant, I don't like these Fiesta jerseys. My favorite ones were the first ones, the black ones with the Fiesta stripes on them. I thought the aqua blue ones were actually decent. I didn't think I would like them, but I thought they looked okay. Last year's and this year's, not really a fan. No, not Bill Belichick as a Spurs coach, as the Giants coach. Zach Collins has 8 of our 10 points. So the jerseys look pretty in person. I think the problem, Veronica, is the jerseys are very light blue, at least for me. And a lot of our guys are wearing like a white elbow sleeve or white leggings with white or long white socks, and the white is clashing with that light blue. What's up, Workforce Planner? Wemby is still out. Who wins in a 1v1? 61-year-old Michael Jordan or Jake Paul? In basketball, I'll take Michael Jordan. If it's boxing, Jake Paul's going to pay him off. John Lou, they're out because of both with knee injuries. They're day-to-day, hopefully okay. I think Wemby, they're just being extra cautious with him based on what we saw last year. Vassell's left knee injury, it's just saying soreness, but that's what he had last year, and he ended up needing arthroscopic surgery and missed, I think, a month or 6 weeks. And he's been a walking injury as of late, so the Devin Vassell news kind of worries me. He's already missed time at the start of the season, just came back, played a few games, and now he's missing time again. That's not good. Go Spurs, Gio. Always with the trees. You know, who was it? I was going to check something. I actually love them in person. Who wants to donate to my cash app so I can buy one? What was I going to look up? Something. Oh, I was going to look up Aaron Rodgers. I made a comment that he's never had a losing season before. Actually, I want to check that while we're coming out of the timeout. I don't think A-Rod has, but that's about to happen with the Jets. The Jets are horrible. Rodgers! He might have been 7-9 one year. I don't know. Okay, was 6-9-1 in 2018. All right, so he has had a losing season. He was 6-10 his first year as a starter, whatever. 3-8 this year, though. So, barring a massive turnaround for the Jets, this will be his worst season ever. He is 41 years old. Might be time to hang him up. Unless he's going to a contending team. Although, I thought the Jets were going to be good this year, and they're not. It is Spurs ball, down by 6, and looking lethargic tonight, I guess is the best way I can put it. I mean, Zach Collins has 8 of our 10 points. What does that tell you? That's not good. Barnes with the ball, going to take a 3 at the shot clock expiring. Harrison Barnes, all right. Rodgers might get benched. Vonnie, I said that last time we played the Jazz when they had one win, and they got their second win against us when they won by a point. Any given Sunday. Or Thursday in this point. By the way, tomorrow's Friday. Oof, TGIF. I can't wait for the weekend. Johnny Juzang for 3. I don't want Joel Embiid. Not if he's going to have a poor attitude. And Workforce Planner, facts. Yes, if Zach Collins is our top scorer, it's going to be a long night. Collins going to take off, get into the paint, throw up a tough layup. It goes in. It was goaltended, but it actually still went in anyway. Now that court is... Wow, Veronica. Andrew, good evening. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing good, and Wemby is not playing again. Devin Vassell is still out. Of course, Jeremy Simon's out probably till January. And Greg Popovich is out indefinitely. John Collins, corner 3, no good. And it is Spurs ball. 5 minutes to go. Let's get back in this game. Castle out to Kelvin for 3. Oof, back rim, no good. What's up, Leo? Thank you for stopping in. No, CP3's in. He jammed his thumb the other night, but he's still good to go. Keontae George for 3 and is back to a 7-point game. Yes, he does, a spleen. Good evening, Wave Goblin. And now, foul on George? Joshua, not a gambler. I will never give advice for gambling on the channel. Veronica, that's a damn good question. When is he coming back? And yes, I'd like to see Castle step it up too. Champion Red Sox, the team that scores the most points is going to win the game. Yeah, I noticed lately we're getting a lot of gambling questions. You guys know I don't do that, right? At all? Like 0. I've mentioned on the Castle for 3. Come on, baby. Nope. I've mentioned numerous times I will never, ever, ever sponsor BetUS Sports or DraftKings or any of those. If you guys want to do that, hey, that's, be you, but I'm not the guy to come to for that. John Collins gets in the paint, throws it up, going to get fouled. Ball goes in. That's an and 1, and we're down by 9. Oh, I'm sure he is a spleen. I bet I can get you gambling. No, Brian, you can't. I bet you can. Nope, 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 nope. I see what you did there. Not playing along. That was good. That was good. I almost said I bet you can't. I started saying I bet, and I was like, I see what you did there. Because then I would be betting, and I don't want to do that. That was clever, though. Glaze and baking, yes. Since that last Jazz loss, we're down 10. We're down 10. You're welcome, Space Ghost. And lights out, that's how I'm feeling. A face palm right now. The Jazz, one of the worst teams in the NBA, are on a 23-7 run against us. I know we have a lot of injuries, but somebody step up. Trey Jones going to fly into the paint, throws it up off the glass, no good. Jazz ball. 25-15. What is happening here? Thank you, Veronica. We're going to have a foul in the paint. The Giants won't be able to beat the Bucks, not with all their good defensive players returning and Mike Evans. It's going to be a long day for New York. Yeah. We're so getting Chuck Norris. We're getting chucked up right now. We're losing because JLP isn't here. Oh, he would love to hear that, William. No Jean-Luc Picard, that's we're playing bad. Wendy's resting, Joe? Feels like kind of a bit over cautious, but what do I know? Good evening, Jared. I'm doing good. Wow, Johnny Zhuzhang. This is getting embarrassing. This is embarrassing. The Jazz are smoking us right now. Kellen drives, kicks it out to Champagny, and gets deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. What's up, Brizzy? Daniel Robles. The Jazz are taking us to school right now. We are, Michael, we are playing a lot of hot potato right now. The shot clock has been getting low on a lot of possessions tonight. It's at 6 right now. It seems like every possession now it's getting down to like 5 seconds or less. Like, was he going to have to force a 3 no good? And that's not, those are words I don't want to have to say in this game. Blake Wesley forcing a 3. Medicare, we're not playing down. We're playing below our competition. I know we're missing a ton of guys. They're missing some guys too. Jordan Clarkson's out. Walker Kessler's out. But we're just getting obliterated right now. Former San Antonio Spurs legend Drew Eubanks with that bucket. It's now 30-15. We can make a comeback, but good grief. Kellen Johnson turns the ball over. He's driving in the paint. Jazz on the run. Marketing for 3. No good. Blake Wesley with the rebound. Josh, I'm worried about his injuries too. Keldon into the paint. Toss it to Zach Collins. Collins blows the dunk! Oh my God! Zuzang with an air ball down the other thread. Zach Collins just blew a dunk. Yeah, Veronica, I'm good. We are doubled up. 30-15. Wesley in the paint. Throws it up. No good. Foul's going to go in the line for 2. Glaze and Bacon, they were starters last year. They were starters last year. They flip-flopped. Kellen started the year as a starter and got sent to the bench. Trey started the year on the bench for the Jeremy Stein point guard experiment and became a starter. Now they're both coming off the bench. Patty Mills is also on the Jazz. I have not seen him out there yet tonight. I don't know if he's getting any minutes. Stephon Castle is not in the game at the moment, Joe Dindo. He missed the second one. That kind of night. You know what? You might be right, William. Right, Brian? Where is the team? Grog is watching the game like this. No, he's not. Isaiah Collier pull up is no good. This is rough. Like, can we get it down to 10? Why is Blake Wesley launching 3s? What is going on here? Like, I know Mitch has the team trying to shoot more 3s, but we need the guys that can actually make the 3s. Marketing for 3, In-N-Out Burger. Like, the wrong guys are chucking 3s at times. Trey Jones over to Collins. Collins open for 3? Nope. Champion Red Sox, I think his thumb is still jacked up. But he's playing tonight, so it can't be too bad. So interpreting at a hospital watching live. Oh, all right, saying Ozstein. Lights out. I don't think we've made a bucket in a while. Wesley with the ball. Thought about a 3. Changed his mind. Thank goodness. Gets it to Champagny. Back to Wesley. This is some bad Spurs basketball. Like, seriously, where is the team that beat the Thunder? Wesley in the paint. Stops. And misses. He gets at the rim. Stops. Pops. He juked his defender out of his shoes. And then missed the jumper right in front of the rim. This is horrible. What is wrong with our guys tonight? Spurs basketball. Jazz turn it over. I don't know what the heck. I don't know what to say. It's early. Michael, you're not too far off. If it's not a dunk, Wesley's missing. Joe Dindo not in the game at the moment, but they are playing tonight. Right now our lineup is Collins, Champagny, Johnson, Jones, and Wesley. Right over here to your right on the screen, those are the active players on the floor, and a foul on the Jazz. Spurs are on the bonus, upping 2 free throws. You know what? CP3 should Chuck Norris everybody in the huddle. We're down 14 to the Jazz. No, Spleen. I thought he'd been playing better, but no. Jared, what do you mean go Jazz? And geez, cheese, this lineup ain't it. He just missed the first free throw. We can't make anything. What? Oh, Coyote can't watch this. It's the first quarter, and baby Coyote's already turning around. The Spurs aren't playing jazzy. Made 1 of 2. Yup. This is a rough start, and I hate being negative, but 30-17 to the Utah Jazz, who come into the game with, I think, a 3-11 record. Found Keldon Johnson. We don't have 3 players. We don't have our head coach. But we can't use that as an excuse because we beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yes, they didn't have Chet Holmgren or Hartenstein. They just came back, I believe, last night. But they still had SGA, Jalen Williams, and the rest of their guys. And the Spurs were able to beat that team. They're not even competitive tonight as Lauri Markkanen's at the line for 2. We need our Lord and Savior, Sandro Mamakeliashvili, out there. He made the first one. Whose idea is this to put 4 non-shooters on the floor together? Wesley and Jones are not shooters. Kellen not this year. Zach Collins not. Yeah, this lineup is not working. Get the chocolates out. It's also not a strong defensive lineup. Kelman over to Champagny with a corner 3. Nope. We did not score a field goal in the last 5 minutes, and we started the game off with an 8-2 run, which means we've been outscored 30-9. Once you saw Blake Wesley going, you knew it was already. Dang, Anthony. Blake has not been playing well lately. If he keeps playing like this, when Devin's good to go, when Sohan's back, when we're at full strength, he's going to get 0 minutes on a nightly basis. This, Mitch, you got to make an adjustment. And you got to make an adjustment fast. We cannot get blown out by the Utah Jazz. We can get blown out by the Utah Jazz. We should not get blown out by the Utah Jazz. All right, Joe. Take care. Not a strong anything lineup at all. There you go. Do we have the Jazz's pick or something? James, no, we don't. Blake and Malachi are bet. Yeah, hindsight, they might be. Franklin, what's going on? Seems like the Spurs are playing down. Absolutely. Mitch is not smart for not playing Monday. Anthony, I think that was the medical staff that held him out. Joa Victor, Trem de Fio. Josh's Blake has never played good. Ouch. We traded Derek White and Drew Emmings for those picks. Did we? I don't remember. In fact, none Blake nor Malachi are the NBA worthy. Wow. Malachi, he can be a scorer, but he's not an NBA level defender. Lance, good evening to you. This is a bad lineup for sure. Yep, exactly. How can you play so well against OKC 2 days ago and play so bad today? Why does Zach Collins and CP3 get to play with injuries and not Wemby or Vassell? Well, that's a good question. That's legit. Mitch is just exposing the GM's needs to make a move. I mean, our bench depth tonight is not the greatest, but 3 guys that started will be coming off the bench. Wemby will take his spot. Vassell will be our shooting guard, I would assume, if and when he's 100%. And when Sohan comes back, he's going to take his spot back at forward, and Champagnie will go to the bench. Champagnie's going to give some decent defense off the bench. And Collins is Collins. Castle will go to the bench. That'll be 2 players going to the bench that will give us defense. Castle and Champagnie, because the defense of the bench right now is very poor. So that would be a big boost right there. I don't know what the rotations would be. Would Stefan Castle drop the shooting guard coming off the bench? I know we need to get going because this is not what we want to see. I mean, for the people that want us to tank, this is a perfect night. Markkanen drives in the paint, gets blocked. Goaltending. Goaltend on Charles Bassey. We're doubled up, 34-17. Emmanuel, he is injury prone a bit. I'd like to see Riley Minix. Yes, the Opinion Sports Show. If the Jazz win tonight, they'll have had half their wins this year against the Spurs. Blue Panda, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. I did not forget about you with the Wemby pop. The Bassey drives in the paint and throws it down.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
I know you had got my email, so we had somebody, win the last giveaway. Unfortunately, it took a while to make contact with them, and in the interim, the item went up in price, but it's gone down in price other places, so I'm trying to price it out. I don't want to sound cheap, but I also don't want to overpay for an item. But I will get it to you probably this weekend. Barnes for 3. There we go. Oh, and I missed the bucket. So it's 34-22. My bad. Looking at the chat. The drugs from the OKC one finally wore off Muhammad. I forgot the Bassey Thunder dunk of justice. I forgot to give him the points on the board. Lance, I hope not. I absolutely hope this is not going to be one of those nights where I call it early. Castle should start bench. I'd be fine with that. Josh, Barnes will give us some offense off the bench. I'm all in on that. Blue Panda, I don't know. They beat us last time, and seriously, if they were to beat us tonight, they would have half their wins versus the Spurs. Exactly. Chip away at the lead. Spurs should trade Collins for Jakob Poeltl and a pick. Jakob's been playing really well, hasn't he? Didn't he just have his first ever 2020 game? By the way, guys, I've been talking about doing NBA documentary videos on the channel in the future, maybe 2 a month. And the script is almost done for the first one. I have some video clips. I got to get some more video clips, and then I got to record the narration, and then of course put the video clips to the narration. But I really like how it's coming out. This player, I think, I don't know. I think the video could do well. At the very least, I'm having fun putting it together, and I'm learning a lot of stuff about the player. I'm like, man, this is actually some really cool stuff on here. So hopefully I have the video up next Friday. Thursday's Thanksgiving. I got this weekend to work on it. So, what was I looking up? I went to Basketball Reference for some reason. What were we talking about in the chat? I'm drawing a blank. I was going to look something up during the timeout, and now Jakob. I was going to look at Jakob Poeltl. Block of Poeltl. Although he was never a great shot blocker. I don't think he ever averaged more than 2. I don't think he ever got to 2 shot blocks a game in his career. No. For a nickname like Block-Up, he only averaged 1.3 blocks per game. But Jakob is averaging a career-high 17 points per game and 12 rebounds a game. He's actually playing really well. His last 5 games, he's had back-to-back 30-point games? What? His last 3 games, guys, he has been on, legit on fire. Let me actually get a little deeper here into Basketball Reference. Let me penetrate the... let me get some penetration here. What? His last 3 games, guys, he has been a monster. Can I get this to work? Come on, Basketball Reference. Don't be weird and not work. All right. Last 3 games from Block of Pirtle. It's not working. Why isn't the last 3 games clicky thing working? Well, apparently that's not going to work. So I'm just going to read it out loud as we come back to the game. I was trying to get his per game average. Colin Sexton for 3, no good, Spurs ball. Jakob Pirtle's last 3 games, 25-18, 35-12, 30-15, shooting about 70% from the field. He is killing it. And as I was looking back to the TV, we just scored a bucket. We've cut the lead to 10. All right, let's start making a comeback. And Bassey, what a big Charles Bassey block of blundering justice. I don't know. Why would you try to take it right at Charles Bassey? He's easily the second best shot blocker on the team. He's the most vicious blocker. Another player takes it at Bassey. I couldn't see who that was. I think that was Cody Williams. He doesn't block the shot, but he affects it, causes the miss. And then the Spurs turn the ball over. And Wemmy's the better shot blocker, but as far as vicious blocks that like send him back into the stands, Chuck's got that one. We can get it to single digits, I hope. Oh gosh, Branham is Mike Malk. Sensabaugh for 3. That just killed the momentum. Kean Charles Rivera, no Wemby tonight. Still out with the knee contusion, and Devin Vassell is still out as well. I wonder if Jakob started dunking as well. That's a good question. Romeo for tanking. Why did we beat the Thunder? And another block by Bassey. Jazz still get the ball, and then they turn it over. Bassey with 2 blocks within like a minute and a half. Playing with some energy. Harrison Barnes takes it into the paint, gets the layup. Let's get some momentum going. That's the one thing that kills the tank talk is those that are like, well, I guess we're tanking. We beat the Thunder. Markin with the ball. Tosses it over to Drew Eubanks. Back to Markin in the paint. Turnaround Jay off the glass, off the rim. No good. CP3 will pick it up. They did play extremely small ball, a spleen. James Day Photography, good evening to you. Runner in the paint is no good. We're going to have 2 free throws coming up for Harrison Barnes. There you go, Joao Victor. Homage to Bassey! Junior Fernandez, you mean the jerseys? Thank you. There's actually a couple there you can't see. We got the franchise, the future of the franchise right here. We got the Twin Towers, and then in the middle, the big 3. So Tim Duncan, a part of two groups for the San Antonio Spurs there. The big 3 and the Twin Towers. 10-point game. First free throw is good. Stealth tanking. Dragon, what's up? Tanking, but sending a message to assert dominance. So, a dominant tanking. Good defense brings good energy. I mean, I'm not opposed to Charles Bassey being Wemmy's backup. My only concern with Bassey is he's had 2 season-ending injuries to his knee. The same knee, 2 years in a row. He's got to stay healthy. I mean, seriously, if he has another injury to that knee, his career's probably over. We're going to have a foul on the Spurs down the other end. You know, go Spurs, go. Let's get one up here. Now, B-Ball Fanatic, when you say you missed the old Spurs, do you mean like the team that won games? Like had a winning record every year and made the playoffs? Julian? I haven't said his name a lot, Trenchant. He missed a shot in the paint. That's about all I remember from tonight. Sexton in line. First free throw's good. It's back to 10. Julian decided not to score today. He's 0 for 3. He's got 0 points. 0 points. Not helping the cause. Second free throw's good. 11-point game. Again, a defensive masterpiece from Branham. Malachi Branham's a horrible defender. We all know that, right? If you don't know that, Malachi Branham's a horrible defender. And when his offense isn't going, he's a terrible everything. Branham for 3. Well, there we go. Josh, that thought has crossed my mind a little bit. Just a little bit with this injury, the second injury this year. Now turnover for the Jazz. Spurs are picking up some momentum. CP3 will bring it up for San Antonio. Gets it to Branham. Branham in the paint. Oh, he blew the dunk. Kyle Filipowski got in his way. He blew the dunk. And Santa gets the layup down the other end. Ah, what a momentum swing. But if Devin misses a lot of time again, what's his trade value if he keeps getting injured? Brandon for three. Air ball. Malachi Branham, he take the good or the bad. He hits a three, misses the dunk, the contested dunk, and then airballs a three. Sends a ball for three, and just like that, it's back to 13. Nice space, Ghost. Are Collins and Bassey just not around the basket? No, I don't know. What a swing right there. We were the winningest team in sports. That is a fact. The combination of Manu, Tony, and Timmy, I believe, has the highest win percentage out of any big three out of any sport. Defensive disaster, and offensively, a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. What is crazy with Malachi is when he faces a screen, he just goes on it. Never tries to recover. Just lets an opponent go at the rim freely. Sounds about right. I'm about to trade everyone myself. Untouchables are Wemby. Stefan Castle, obviously, he was just drafted this year. I got to think Sohan's still part of the untouchable group. I don't know if I'm going to have Devin Vassell in that untouchable part. He's looked very good at times this year. His defense has been average. He's not turned into the 3D player that I've read in his scouting report back when the 2000 what draft was he? Was he the 2020 NBA draft? Or 20? He was 2020. I remember reading his scouting reports on him and how he's going to be a great defender. He's not been a great defender. That has never come about. Very spotty offense, terrible defense. That's fair. Blake Wesley's untouchable. The prune, I got to disagree with that one. Wesley's very touchable. I'll be severe, but Brandon has definitely not the NBA level. Welcome to the crease. CP3 for D'Angelo Russell? No, I can't see that happening. Nether, yes, they do still have it. Wemby and Devin need to hop off the bench and put a jersey on. You know what? He's got a jersey on. Put him in. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I mean, it's going to be a little tough to, play defense when you're short and slow and people are throwing the ball over you. But what he can do is when they throw the ball over him, he can use the force and make the shot miss. So, sorry, Wemby. If Headband Grogu was in the game, he would by far be the best shot blocker on the Spurs because the other team would never make a shot. He'd be blocking shots everywhere. He'd just be like, whoop, whoop. And then, Grogu would just keep making full court threes. He'd be like, whoop, whoop. And the Spurs would win every game 400-0. It'd be amazing. Vassell is not an untouchable player. No, I don't think he is. He's missed the end of the last 2 seasons and missed the start of this season and is injured again. He's not an untouchable. Wesley's untouchable because nobody wants him. Ouch. That's a good movie, William Juby, The Untouchables. Only Wemby's untouchable? Yeah. What about Stefan Castle? We just drafted him. You can't trade a guy you just drafted. Trey Jones drives, gets it out to Barnes in three-point line. Barnes starts to drive himself and drive himself right out of the paint, then right back into the paint. Stops, pops, and misses a short shot. Fight for the rebound. Charles Bassey with the offensive rebound. Out to CP3 to Trey Jones. Why are we running Trey Jones, CP3, and Castle at once? Jones fouled. What is this lineup? Trey Jones and... Is my on the court messed up? Oh, he just made a bunch of adjustments. Never mind. He's taking CP3 out. I was going to say, why are CP3 and Trey Jones out there at the same time? Jones at the line for his free throws. Good. Kelvin and Zach are checking in. Opponents will order food for courtside and distract Grogu. There goes his D. Oh, you're right. They'll get those little alien eggs. He likes those. He'll get him some Wemby eggs. Omar, you're not too far off. And Pat McCaff, what was that lineup? Trey Jones and Chris Paul, they're not on the floor anymore. Why are they on the floor together to begin with? What are we doing? Why we got 2 point guards out there and the guy we drafted to be our future point guard? Why are we running essentially 3 point guards? Whatever. Filipowski with the ball, drops it off to Markkanen. Markkanen guarded by Castle. And now switch with Collins on him. Markkanen with a tough layup in the paint as he gets around Collins, 46-33. Daniel, I'd like to get it to 6 or 7 before the half. Castle drives in the paint, fumbling the ball all over the place, gets it to Collins. Collins with the jumper. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. It's going to go in, and 1. What's up, Joshua? Thank you for stopping in. Circle K. Who's that, Nether? I don't know what Circle K is. Shy G, good evening to you. Rogelio, thank you for stopping in. If you have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. It's fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And if you want to be an official sponsor and member of TSR Sports, the thumbs up is all you got to do to become one. He missed the free throw. Of course he did.
Spurs, go! Spurs, go!
Inca Demigod, good evening to you. Hate Zach. I'm hoping to get to 25,000 before the end of the year, William. Fingers crossed. We're 300 or 270 away. Yeah, like 275 away, I think, last I checked. Keontae George for 3, no good. Harrison Barnes with the rebound. Let's get it back to single digits, please. I mean, Josh, I'd be up for that. I'm not. They won't go for that. Castle for 3, no good. Long rebound to Harrison Barnes. Over to Keldon for 3. In and out. Our three-point shooting's not very good tonight. I feel like we're like 2 of 10 or something really bad. John Collins in the paint. We'll kick it out. I think the fans wanted to travel. And the layup attempt is no good by, I don't even know who that was. Spurs ball on the run. Bucket will get it to single digits. Harrison Barnes all over the place. Rumbling, stumbling, fumbling. Makes the layup. He literally kind of tripped and fell. Took 2 steps and threw up a layup and made it. Oh, okay. Circle K is like 7-Eleven. Got it. Can we trade Collins for... I'd really trade him for anything. Sensabaugh with the backdoor layup. Sensabaugh, that's... Okay, he hasn't been playing. That's why I was a little confused who it was. Trey Jones gets it to Keldon. Keldon going to take off, pass it out to Barnes. Wide open all day, making a sandwich, and hits the 3. 48-40, 8-point game. Let's go. Josh, I bet they did. Don't call it a comeback, Lance. Just call it a comeback. Sensabaugh for 3 from the corner. Wide open. Dang it. Every time we get a big shot, they come back and hit us with one themselves. Get some D out there. Sling some D. Kellen's going to drive in the paint. Layup. Nice move. Could not finish. We're missing shots everywhere tonight. And a quick layup in transition by the Jazz, and they're back up by 13. Just like that, we had it to 8. Right back to 13. Kyle Cruz, good evening to you. Are your Rockets 11-5? I mean, you guys have had a million. Stephon Castle was just dribbling the ball, and then they just dribble it right out of bounds. Wow, this is some rough basketball at times by our Spurs. Blue Panda, that was a running joke the last few years that when the opposing team goes against us, they have a career game, and we turn guys you never heard of into Steph Curry's. Zach Collins with a block. Spurs on the run. Trey Jones in the paint. Layup. Good and 1. No, I'm sure they didn't, Joshua. I don't bet on anything. And Measy Vassell is out again. Out again with the knee contusion. Well, I don't even know if it's a knee contusion. I don't even know what it is. He's just out. He's a... I don't know. I'm perplexed on Dan Vassell. He missed the free throw! Come on, guys! Omar, I mean, Liam McNeely's a UConn player, right? I have seen him mocked in a couple drafts, but we have no idea we're going to pick yet. We have no idea where the Hawks pick's going to fall. We don't know if we're going to get the Bulls pick. There's way too many question marks about what's going to... Way too many question marks. Apples and bananas, I did see the knee soreness. It's the same knee that gave him problems last year, so I am very concerned that... he's going to miss substantial time. If he needs another scope, Oh my gosh, forget about it. Jazz ball. We get into Collins in the paint, and John Collins with the layup, and it's back to 13. We just can't get it, keep it to single digits. We've cut it to 8 multiple times. Kellman open for 3, got all day, takes the shot, and he missed it. Collins swats out the long shot to Stephon Castle. Castle to Trey Jones with a corner 3. Oh my God, we're just missing so many threes. Brandon Miller looks good, Kyle. What's up, Andrew? We beat the Thunder, we're losing to the Jazz. I don't get it. Trade Devin for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey wants to play with Wemby. Does he? I like Devin. It's just he's... Has Stephon Castle not scored tonight? He's got 2 points. He's 1 of 4. All right, my bad. He's dropped a deuce. We're down 15. Oh my goodness. We're 22% from 3. That is a nightmare. Zach Collins in the paint. Collins will throw it down. Collins is the only one really cooking offensively tonight. I never thought I'd say that.
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, dunk of justice.
And we get it to single digits. Collins has 13 points. John Collins is wide open for 3, and he hits it. I know, Kyle. We beat the top team, and now we're losing to the bottom team. Joshua, I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans. Champagne corner 3. Off balance, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay up to Spurs. Vassell being injured prone is the reason why trading an 8th pick instead of picking Connect or Jared McCain was a horrible decision by Brian Wright. I mean, didn't Connect just go off for a career-high 37 for the Lakers? I mean, I didn't know Jared McCain would be as good. Did anybody expect Jared McCain to be as good as he is? I didn't, if I'm being honest. But Connect, we knew could shoot. We could have traded down. Castle, 2 points. Paul, 0. Champagne, 0. Wow. Dan, our 3-point percentage is around 20% right now. Team's playing poor defense. Zach Collins with the ball. Out to Castle. Castle fakes the 3. Shot clock's expiring. He's going to force the shot. He's going to miss the shot. This is one of those nights. The Jazz are supposed to be a bad team. I like Dilly too. Marking him for 3. We're down 19. We're down 19. Yes, I do know, Joshua. Castle into the paint, gets a layup. I originally said let's get it to single digits before the half. Can we get it to 10? 12? Marking it for 3 again. Good grief. Ernesto, they are tonight. The UConn duo, did you want Klingon and Castle? Markkinen has 19 points already. Champagne drives, gets the layup. We just can't stop him at all defensively. 22% from 3, 36 from the field. That is very bad. And John Collins is going to draw a foul on Zach Collins. Collins versus Collins. The matchup we didn't want, but the matchup we needed. No, wait. Not the matchup we wanted, and not the matchup we needed either. Peanut going to try to stay confident, but it's frustrating to see our guys losing. We didn't lose yet, but we're losing to one of the worst teams in the NBA after having a huge win on the Thunder. You're supposed to build momentum on those wins. Wins, not come out lethargic and poopy. Markkinen versus Paul. Going to launch a 3. Nope. Offensive rebound for the Jazz. Well, we're not going to get it to 12 before the break either. Let's just keep it under 20. Keontae George going to chuck a 3. In and out. All right, let's end with a basket. Let's end with a 4-point play. CP3 over to Castle. He's going to launch a 3. That's not... I didn't like that shot with how much time was on the clock, but it went in. And a foul by Chris Paul and Isaiah Collier at half court. I don't think Steven Adams played. Steven Adams is not with OKC. He went somewhere else, Joshua. Aquaman is with the Wizards, I think? No, it's not Kyle. But a nice big 3 by Stefan Castle. Wait, is he getting free throws for this? Oh, they're in the bonus. Well, then there you go. Collier misses the first one. Yeah, he is. Oh, he's in Houston. Is that where he is? Oh, well, he was with the red jersey team. I was halfway there. Tracy, I'm not calling it a night. No way. No, OKC had no big guys. No bigs. So, I mean, but they still had SGA, Jalen Williams. They still had a lot of good players. So, I mean, we were without Wemby. Paul's going to take a full court 3. Not even close. Earl Williams, I don't know if I would have liked to connect at 8, but if we traded down to 11 or 12 and took him, that would have been great. All right, this is a rough first half. Let's be honest. The game's not over. It's a game of runs. I mean, we saw the Thunder down by 20 to us in the fourth quarter and made a game of it. So this game is certainly not over, but somebody needs to step up for the Spurs. And some of our guys on our starting lineup are playing absolutely invisible offense. They're going to have to turn around the second half. Mitch Johnson better get something cooking. I'm not saying the game is over. Never. Way too early. If we're down this much in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, I might be more inclined to do that. What's crazy, if we're good enough to be in 6th place in the East, right? I know my Spurs rich remember what happened. Oh, come on, Anthony. Rendell, yeah. No, I'm not going to say the game is over. Y'all remember the people that were in the chat against the Thunder and said they're not even going to watch the game? They were out before the game started. Don't be that Spurs fan. Mitch needs to Chuck Norris the team at halftime. That's what he needs to do. Rich, if you were given a chance to play for the Spurs, what would my role be? I'd be the guy that goes in and starts a fight with their best player, and we both get thrown out of the game. I'd be a goon. That's it. I'd be a bully. All right, let's pull up the halftime stats because we need some halftime stats. I hope the Spurs wake up in the second half because if we get blown out by the Jazz, yes, we're missing players, but this same team beat Oklahoma City, so there's no excuses. All right, to the box score. Let's take a look at the first half. The Jazz outscored us 32 to 17 in the first quarter. Gosh, I didn't realize it was that bad. 35 to 34 in the second quarter. They're up 67 to 51, as you're aware. For the Jazz, John Collins has 10. Lauri Markkanen's going off. He's got 19 points, a chance at 40 if he gets enough minutes. Kyle Filipowski with 2. Colin Sexton with 6. And Keontae George with 8. Off the bench for the Jazz, former San Antonio Spur legend and future Hall of Famer Drew Eubanks has 2 points. Cody Williams with 0. Bryce Sensabaugh, 13. Wow, Sensabaugh's cooked us for 13. Bryce freaking Sensabaugh has 13 points in 8 minutes against us. Okay. Johnny Zuzang with 6 and Isaiah Collier with 1. Does have 5 assists off the bench, though. Pretty solid. Jazz only with 3 turnovers tonight. They're shooting 50% from the field and 39% from 3. For our Spurs, we're shooting an abysmal 24% from 3 and 40% overall. We're actually clean with the ball. We only have 4 turnovers and 16 assists, which is a phenomenal assist-to-turnover ratio. We're getting out-rebounded a little 27 to 22. We're just not shooting well. 40% from the floor. Starting lineup, Zach Collins having a good game. 13 points. Only has 2 rebounds, though, but he's not out there to rebound. I mean, he is, but he isn't, if you know what I mean. Julian Champagnie, very quiet tonight. 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field. Harrison Barnes has actually been fantastic tonight. He has a team-high 17 points on 6 of 8 shooting. Also grabbing 5 boards. Chris Paul, 0 points, 0 for 3. He's taken 3 three-pointers and missed them all. But he does have 7 assists. And Stefan Castle with 7 points. 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. He's got 2 assists. Paul with no turnovers, by the way. 7 assists, no turnovers. Fantastic. The bench, well, the bench ain't doing a hell of a lot. They have 8, 12, 15. So you have 16 points total. I'm sorry, that's not right. 16. Nope. 12 points total, excuse me. 2, 4, 8, 11. 12 points by the Spurs bench. Bryce Sensabaugh off the bench for the Jazz has outscored our entire bench unit so far. Kellen with a rock solid minus 15 so far. He's got 2 points and 6 boards and 3 assists. 1 of 5 from the field, so struggling, and 0 for 3 from 3. So his 3-point shot that came back against Thunder has disappeared again. Charles Bassey has been, well, quite offensively too. He's got 2 points, does have 2 blocked shots. He only has 1 rebound. Trey Jones, 4 points, no assists, running the point. Nice. Malachi Branham, 3 points and 2 assists. And Blake Wesley, another poor showing. 1 point, has missed all 3 of his shots from the field. And in only 4 minutes, he's rocking a minus 5. Just, I can't figure this team out sometimes. Champagnie with 2, Paul with 0. We need a lot more from them than somebody from the bench. No wonder why we're down 16. Our bench is doing nothing. Somehow Malachi Branham has a +2. The rest of the bench is all negatives. Obviously the starters are in the -2 because we're down 16. Somebody, anybody. I mean, come on. Barnes and Collins have scored 30 of our 51 points. Zach Collins and Harrison Barnes have 30 of the Spurs' 51 points. Somebody's got to wake up and start taking over. I'm not expecting a 20-point third quarter by one individual player, but can somebody... I'm at a loss for words. Not what I expected tonight. This is not the game I expected at all, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, too, coming in, did not expect us to be getting blown out by the one of or the worst team in the Western Conference. Rich, you'd so be Dylan. I would be Dylan Brooks. Or Bill Lambier. I'd be running on the court. I'd be running up to everybody doing this, right?
Sucker!
And then after numerous times telling them to do that, we'd get some of this. Then after I get their best player thrown out, I'd be doing this. All right, I'm in a nutshell as an NBA player. Rich Lambier. Exactly, James. Yup. Bingo. This game is not finished, but it is very difficult to watch. Yes, so far. Let's not play any sad Charlie Brown music during stats. I remember that Clippers game. Or not that. There's a Clippers game against the Warriors in the playoffs where they came back by they were down 30 in the fourth quarter. And we have Golden State in the next. Yeah. Sensational ball. Yeah. How long does the game last for? Vivi, usually NBA games are about 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. Depends how many free throws are being taken. And yeah, Spleen, our free throw percentage is not even that good. Jay says, go Cooper Flag, go. Nice. Sensabaugh is a 28th pick? All right. Spleen, thank you. The Spurs bench is 4 of 16 from the field. That is 25%. That is not good. What if Daniel Jones was a point guard? The Spurs would be even worse. The Dyer says, Kai Soto in the Philippines won against New Zealand. Aren't you going to feature that? The Dyer's that. So that happened while I was working. And my last Kai Soto highlight reaction got copyrighted. So I have to be a little careful now with his content. I might have to do videos on him without showing highlights. Because I don't want to do videos because a claim is very... The next step after a claim is possibly a strike, and I absolutely don't want a copyright strike on the channel because I don't care that you're not monetized for a week, but I believe you can't upload videos or go live for 2 weeks, and we're in the middle of the NBA season. Absolutely cannot afford that to happen. Renee, shout out in the Philippines. How did Kai do today? Machine78, what's going on? I kept pulling up his most recent stats, and they weren't updated on the website I checked, so I have no idea what he did today. I have a bookmark. Where the heck is it? Is it on my other computer? No, there it is. ProBaller.com. That's where I check his most recent games. His game from today is not up there yet. So I have no idea. I heard he went off in the third quarter. I just don't know what he did. I'm guessing he had double-digit points, if people are bringing it up. Bro, how the hell can we come out here and beat Minnesota and OKC but can't handle the Jazz? And Robert Duran, exactly. The Jazz have already beaten us once this year. If the Jazz win tonight, They'll have half their wins against the Spurs. All 4 of them. I like to see Castle go off. Rich, do you have the mental capacity to sit through Spurs and Giants seasons now? I mean, I'm used to losing as a Giants fan. They've been, I mean, really, my whole time as a fan, they've just been really good. If a year here and there, they've been 9-7 a ton. They've had losing seasons a whole lot in the last decade. The Spurs, it feels weird to see so much losing because we were, granted, the big 3 and the Twin Towers before that, and then Robinson's career before that. It's definitely strange to have the Spurs constantly losing. The big difference is I have direction with the Spurs. With the New York Giants, we are starting over. They're going to cut their quarterback at the end of the year, the most important position in football, and have to start over there and draft a new one. And we don't know if we're going to get the guy in next year's draft. Or we could get the guy and he's not the guy. You know what I mean? Like, he could be a bust. At least with the Spurs, I see a light at the end of the tunnel. We have our franchise player in Victor Wembanyama. We have a young draft pick, another young talent in Stefan Casa, who may be a starter for us for the next decade or more. We have a lot of draft picks coming up. So at least I see with the Spurs, the rebuild is heading in the right direction. When I look at the New York Giants, I don't know what direction they're going in. It seems like backwards. No status on Wemby yet. I don't know what's going on with him. Gabriel says, we need to get rid of Vassell. Knee soreness at 24. Same knee from last year, too. Gabriel, he missed, 6 games to start the season, played in 3 or 4, and now he's missing 3 again. He worries me. Did you know the NBA games have almost 10 less free throws today than they did in the 80s? I'm not surprised. I mean, you're going to have less free throws and less block shots if you're chucking threes. Kai Soto, 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, plus 2 steals and 2 blocks. Nice! Thank you, Dragon. Appreciate it. And then we play Utah again after the Golden State game. Yeah, we keep playing the same teams. We play Golden State Saturday, and then we play the Jazz. That's our next game. I assume in Utah, because we've already played our 2 home games against the Jazz. I like his maturity, too. Rich, the difference is Spurs have a direction while Giants don't know what the direction. That's fair. Well, yeah, the Giants do have a direction. Backwards. Rogelio, thank you for stopping in. Alexis, good evening to you. And this is an ugly score. I'm going to put quarter 3 up there so I don't miss it. The game is not over. The third quarter is critical. If we come out slow and sluggish, and the Jazz are up, they cannot let the Jazz increase the lead in the third quarter. If they do, then yes, the game's over. So Coyote's going to hope for a good third quarter. He's going to turn around. He's kind of tired. The score's killing him. But he's going to give a good luck boop anyway. Boop. Yes, they do, Joshua. Tomorrow's still doing the Giants. That could be a problem, too. Spurs held their own versus the Lakers and beat OKC. We are seeing the results of a young, immature team, not including the constant injury bug they've got. It's been a bad injury bug. We have not had our full team for 1 minute. Never mind 1 game. Like a whole game. Not 1 minute. The season started with Devin Vassell out. And then while he was out, Jeremy Sohan got injured. Trey Jones got injured in the first game. And then Wemby's out now. We have not had our whole crew together. And I think they can actually win some games with everybody together. We have not had everybody together once. The starting lineup we were talking about in the offseason, Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, Devin Vassell, they've played 0 minutes together this year. Peanut, can we get to 150 likes? I mean, the thumbs up is the official sponsor of TSR Sports. That is a fact. The Texans have more of a direction than the... Well, I mean, yeah. They got their quarterback. They have their quarterback. They have their head coach. The Giants will need to fill both those positions more than likely at the end of the year. And I expect Joe Shane, their general manager, to be gone as well because they're going to look at the team. And he's the one that eventually made the final decision to overpay Daniel Jones, which in the end we didn't have enough cap to keep Saquon Barkley. And Barkley, let's be honest, the stats he's putting up in Philly, he wasn't going to put those up with the Giants. Philly has a better offensive line. They have a franchise quarterback. They have better wide receivers. Barkley would have sucked here. It wouldn't have mattered. Yes, Joshua Burns. That was Dave Gettleman. TSR, if it's any consolation, I'm a Cowboys fan and my team is a... Yes, they are a joke, Medicare. I was saying it earlier in the stream. I was doing videos trolling the Cowboys when they lose. It's pointless now because it's not like they're losing 28-21, giving up a touchdown at the end of the game. The games are over. They're like this. The Cowboys are like down 16 going into the fourth quarter. It's pointless to follow them. Blocks are almost the exact same today as they were in the 80s. I don't think so. Nether, I'm gonna dispute that. Guys in the 80s were averaging 4.5 to 5 blocks a game. And you might say, well, Wemby's averaging 3.7. It's only a 1 block difference. 1 block a game is a lot. I'm going to say that one is not even close. When's the last time a shot blocker averaged 4 blocks or more a game? Like an actual 4.0. It's been a while. Thanksgiving night score 0-0 tolling at both. Oh, it's a Giants and Cowboys at 425. That's going to be an awful game. But I think blocks have gone down about 1 a game from, I mean, granted, we don't have the shot blockers today that we had back then. You look at the 80s and 90s. David Robinson, Akeem Olajuwon, Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, Mark Eaton for the Jazz, Manute Bol. I mean, there were just tons of guys blocking shots because players took it to the rim more because it wasn't a 3-point contest. That makes sense, right? If you're in the paint more, trying to score in the paint more, guess what's going to happen more? No, not in my house. Yep, Simone, that's about how it goes. And storytellers, no Wemby tonight. No Wemby. I actually want to look up the stat now. I'm curious myself. Shot block leaders by year in the NBA. I feel like the number's gone. I think the number's gone down. List of annual blocks leaders. There we go, Wiki. Hopefully it's not done. Okay. 80s, 3.3, 3.1, 4.2, 4.2, 5.5, 4.9, 4, 3.7, 4.3, 4.5. That's throughout the 80s. If we look at this decade, 3.3, 2.2, 3, 3.5. So, I mean, it's dropped. And the thing is, you had multiple guys blocking a ton of shots back in the day. Now it's just, I mean, it's Wemby and a couple other guys, and that's it. I like block shots. That's a miss for the Jazz to open up the second half. And Spurs, can we get a run? Can we get a run out here? The arena is empty. Chris Paul, he is yet to score for the Spurs. Champagne's only got 2. The bench needs to step. Everyone needs to step up. We have 51 points. Play some Spurs ball. Collins gets the ball whacked out. It's going to go off his knee. That's turnover. Spurs possession of the half of the Spurs. And the 3-point shots change everything. I doubt we'll. I mean, a lot of Spurs fans like, do you think we'll see Wemby average 5 blocks a game? I don't think the opportunity is going to be there. We have a miss by John Collins, and then the ball goes out of bounds, and it's Jazz ball. Steven C with the super chat, very much. He says, "Let's go Spurs! Eye of the Tiger. They do need the eye of the Tiger." Is that trader? Oh, do you mean Kawhi Leonard, Dan? I mean, his body's falling apart. I wouldn't be shocked if he's going to retire. I haven't heard anything officially. Do I have any bad feelings at this point? No. It is what it is. I mean, Colin Sexton goes in the paint, gets blocked, but he doesn't get fouled. I'm going to go to the line for 2. I've moved on from it. 80s Wemby would be working on a lethal hook shot, which is what he should be adding in 2024 anyway. If Wemby played in the 80s, William, he would probably average over 5 blocks a game. And the player that reminds me the most of him shot blocking wise and stature wise is Manute Bol. Not offensively. I'm not comparing the two. Believe me, I'm not comparing overall their games. But Manute Bol was 7'6", I believe, thin as a rail, and his rookie season he averaged 5 blocks a game to lead the NBA, and he only played 26 minutes a game as well. I'm going to show you something on Manute Bol in a minute. A little you didn't know. Manute Bol's per 36-minute average for his career in blocks is an NBA record 6.4. I want you to think about that. Collins in the paint, gets the bucket. Manute Bol's per 36-minute block average is 6.4 blocks per game. That is insane. Turnover by the Jazz.Spurs. Well, whoop, I missed a point. I missed a free throw by the Jazz. 69-53, my apologies. 10.5 minutes to go. Harrison Barnes doing all sorts of moves and missed the turnaround Jay. I don't know what they need to do. Captain Cadogan, they also need some Thunder Lips with the... To all my love slaves, Thunder Lips is here. In the flesh, baby. Miss for the Jazz. To get the offensive board, the putback is no good. Captain Cadogan is my buddy Jeff, who is a Jazz fan. So we got a Jazz fan in the chat. Champagne gets in the paint. Layup. Good and one. I don't know why we can't beat the Jazz. We need some push-offs, right? Push-offs that aren't called. That'll help. Is Wemby worth the rookie max? He's going to get it, Dan. If they want to keep him, he's going to get it. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. He's going to get the max. Or he's going to walk. Captain Dugan, or Jeff, you guys do suck, but we suck more against you guys. Marking it for 3, no good. Suck. 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 We need the Jazz to go from suck to blow. Wait, what? Yeah. Zach Collins with the ball, guarded by Keontae George, backs him up into the paint, gets double team, gets it to Stephon Castle. Castle in the paint, high layup, and air ball. Barnes gets the rebound, gets out to Zach Collins. Zach Collins no good. Barnes with another board. And then he gets fouled. Is anybody putting in the effort Harrison Barnes is putting in tonight? Come on. The 90s Jazz would have a 3-peat today. It's tough, Joshua, because different eras. I mean, if you're talking about the players, if John Stockton was launching 8 to 10 threes a game with Jeff Hornacek taking 8-10 to threes a game, Karl Malone still pounding players in the paint, I mean, yeah, maybe Stockton and Hornacek could be a modern day Splash Brothers. Blue Panda, I'm watching it on my TV. I'm kidding. I'm streaming it on my Roku on the NBA League Pass. Greg Popovich said in the early 2000s that the Utah Jazz under Jerry Sloan was the model he used to develop the Spurs culture. No kidding. Second free throw is good. Barnes went 19 points tonight. That might be a season high for him. Or darn close. Maybe he went for 20 in a game. 69-58. Spurs playing a little better here in the third quarter. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Jazz. Rich, what if Wemby had the cream? Oh, a lot of people have been asking for Wemby to get a hook shot. That would be great. Inbound pass, and Sexton misses the layup at right. He had an open shot in the paint and just rolled off the rim. Champagne open corner 3. In and out. Our 3-point shooting stinks tonight. Markin with a layup and a stupid foul by Zach Collins. Just when we had momentum, Castle deflected the pass, then it bounced off Zach Collins and went off Zach Collins and went to Markin, and Markin to throw up the layup, and then Collins fouled him on the layup. A space hook? I like that. And Charles Bassey's checking in. He's seen enough of Zach Collins' defense. Cody, you're watching the ceiling, buddy. There you go. Yep. Zach Collins. Gabriel hurts us all. He's having a good offensive game, though. Just defensively, he's a traffic cone. Dan, I know we're not winning. He's still going to get the max. I'm hoping we're going to be winning by the time his contract extension comes up. Champagne for another 3. There you go, Julian. And timeout, Will Hardy. Timeout by the Jazz. All right, come on, Spurs. Keep it going. Rocco, yes, I feel your face palm. Greg Ostertag would not dominate anything. I know what you're talking about. He was not good. Julian finally hitting a 3, and if we can get him going. Stop in traffic. I'm sorry. You're right. That is an insult to traffic cones. My apologies. I shouldn't be calling Zach Collins a traffic cone or a turnstile because that's an insult to both of them. Greg freaking Ostertag. Wow, you're going back. You guys haven't seen Grogu? he's got the Spurs jersey on again. And if you didn't see it originally, I uploaded my girlfriend's mother's dog wearing the jersey. We're going to put it on her dog. Her dog's way too big. This jersey's designed for a dog about 40 pounds or a Grogu-sized object. And we knew right away. I knew right away when I took this out it was not going to fit her dog. But it fit her mother's dog, who's a 35-pound guy. And we got it on him. He did not like it. So I shot a quick video of him wearing it. Of course, he started walking away because he was unhappy. And they kept walking away. He even Bill Buckered my girlfriend. He just forced his way right between her legs and left. That sounded bad. Yes, put Grogu in. The only way the Spurs win if Castle plays faster and drives with bad intentions and if Collins does not play forever. So, I want to ask the chat, the genuine consensus from you all is that Zach Collins sucks. And you want to trade him. So what are we getting for him? Because if he sucks, he has minimal trade value. Are you happy with just a second-round pick? Or are you willing to trade Zach Collins and one of our bajillion, swaps that we have coming up for something a little better? I would love one to a hook shot. Yeah, Nether, I agree. Who would want a player with 18 million, right? I'll trade Zach for a Pringle. Jeff, would you trade him for a soda machine? Bowl? Some of you still want the Bowl. What's Bowl doing this year? Road trip, offensively, he's okay. He's just not good defensively. The 109er, good evening. He doesn't suck. He doesn't suck? Okay. I think you would have to package Jack with some picks. Go Castle, go. I'm hungry right now. I could go for a bag of chips. Second round pick or waive him. I think he would go against our dead cap next year. Listen, he has his moments offensively. I'll give him credit for that. As far as players that are willing to get into it with other players, be scrappy, he's definitely a player that'll do that for us. He's a poor rebounder, not the best rim protector. And when he got that contract, he was playing much better. He's fallen off a bit since getting that contract. I'm not saying he's given up because of the contract. It sucks. They kind of went hand in hand, and it's not a good look. It is Jazz ball. 5 on the shot clock for the Jazz. And a steal by Champagny. Champagny's off to the races. One-on-one with Markin and gets in the paint. And turns the ball over. That was not the fast break we wanted or needed. Colin Sexton layup on the break on the other end. That was horrible. That was awful. The ball probably got poked out, but still, you turn the ball over in a fast break, not what we're looking for. Gets the ball to Charles Bassey. Bassey in the paint. Double clutch, throws it up off the glass and in. I know, 18 million. Collins and a few picks for Pirtle. So you guys really want Pirtle back, huh? Joshua, you're not the first person to say bring Pirtle back. He's playing the best basketball of his career. And Champagny won another steal. Fast break. And Castle's going to throw it to Charles Bassey. Thunder!
Thunder, dome of justice.
What's up, Pistons fan? Thank you for stopping in. Thing is, Jakob Pertl's trade value right now is at its absolute highest. The last 3 games he's had have all been, he's on a career run right now. And an offensive foul on the Jazz. Sexton gets called for the push-off. Irony, Jazz fans. A push-off. The Raptors are tanking for flag? Probably. Castle's a very good defensive player. This is true. True, Jeff. They did call the foul. Usually with push-offs, they don't call fouls. In overtime, without Kate, good luck, Pistons fans. You guys are playing much better. I'm glad to see your franchise is starting to turn things around because, quite frankly, I was tired of seeing them get lottery picks every year. Another foul on the Jazz. That's 13 fouls, so no free throws for the Spurs. They've cut the lead to 9. They started the third quarter down by 16? Impressive. Most impressive. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Ooh, happy return! Well, he's not a Wookiee, but... I don't know. Malachi should be working. Yeah, Castle should be teaching Malachi how to play some D. I agree, Joshua. Do I think George St. Pierre is impressed? Yes, he is. Good one. I had to think about that for a second. 74-66. We've gotten the lead down to They've gotten the lead down to 8 a couple times tonight, but the Jazz always make a play. Keontae George off-balance jumper in and one. It's like just as I was saying it, it happened. Every time. Fallon Bassey on the push. Every time we get it to 8, they hit a 3, or in this case, a 3-point play. Collins and Vassell for Kawhi. I don't want Kawhi back. Wave Goblin. Yeah, I mean, I might rewatch all 3 Star Wars movies at some point soon. Because there's only 3, right? Keyshore, I hope you're right. Dark Knight. I am not impressed with your performance. You got the reference. Chris Paul gets some contact, throws it up, no good. He's going to go for the line for 2. George St. Pierre talking smack on Matt Hughes. Was trying to talk smack, and he just walked in and said a couple things, and he said, "I'm not impressed with your performance." It was a big win by GSP. Was that when GSP beat the old guy? Was it Hoist Gracie? He was not impressed with his performance. Was that the match? Larry Markkinen is on the bench. Ariel Monac. A couple substitutions. Game is 10. I want to say it was when Hughes obliterated Hoist Gracie. I was rooting for Matt Hughes in that one. I never liked Hoist Gracie. I mean, I respect what he did for the sport. But a lot of his fights he won because of his gi. And it felt like it was cheating. It's not allowed anymore. It was allowed in early UFC days. Should have lost to Chemo in UFC 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Chemo Leopold. That was some BS. Jeremiah, what's going on? Zach Collins for Kai Soto? I'll take Kai Soto over Zach. Younger, cheaper player? Yeah, all day. Gives us some size. Can we challenge that? Oh, it's Spurs ball. Turnover by the Jazz. They originally said Jazz ball when the ball went out of bounds. That was off the Jazz player, so it's Spurs ball. I heard Sean Elliott said he's nervous about the game. You're just starting to get nervous? What about when we were down 16, buddy? Harrison Barnes with the ball, drives in the paint. Over to Bassey, back to Stephon Castle. Castle's going to drive, gets in the paint. Lots of contact. No whistle. A clean block. Collier's going to take off, and he takes it in at Charles Bassey. No, not in my house. And Trey Jones turns the ball over, and John Collins would have done. Trey, what are you doing? We have a big defensive stop, and then he gives the ball right back to the Jazz. Castle drives in the paint, and he's going to get fouled. Collins and Vassell for Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's attitude, Josh, I haven't heard the best of things, so I might want to not do that. Devin Vassell plus a first rounder for Zach LaVine and Zach. So Devin Vassell and a first rounder and Zach Collins for Zach LaVine. Vinicius Nito. Probably not. That's so selfish from Trey Jones. Castle's going to the line for 2, appears. Josh, you're right. I mean, yeah. Because all the stand-up guys were losing to jiu-jitsu guys, and then a lot of the stand-up players were losing to wrestlers. Which is why it was called mixed martial arts. The guys that were only good at one thing, and especially the guys that were only good at stand-up, when they got taken down, they were like a beached whale. They couldn't do anything. I don't think I'd like Ingram on the team. Okay, Viva loves Transformers. Like Transformers, Autobots, transform and roll for it. Those Transformers? I mean, I like me some Transformers. They're more than meets the eye. The Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Who doesn't love that? The Transformers, robots in disguise. Keontae George pull up in the paint. I meant part. That may have been partially blocked by Bassey, but John Collins catches the ball in the air and throws it down with some vicious thunder himself. Barnes in the paint with the off-balance move, no good. Bassey with the offensive board, kicks it out to Castle. Long three, no good. I don't like that shot there. That was a really long three with plenty of time on the shot clock. When you're down 11, we got to take better shots than that, guys. It is Jazz ball. And traveling by John Collins. Optimus Prime's the man. Optimus Prime was my favorite Autobot. My favorite Decepticon was actually Thundercracker. Probably not a name you hear a lot. Trey Jones runner is no good. Trey Jones. You know, he hasn't looked quite the same since he's come back from an ankle injury, has he? He might not be 100%. I don't know. Or he's just fallen off a cliff this year. I don't think that's the case. 5 on the shot clock. Pull up 3. No good. Fight for the board, and Keldon Johnson will pull down the board, bring it up for the Spurs. 4:11 to go. Down by 11. Stephon Castle in the paint again. Gets blocked. Nope. Gets it to Bassey. Bassey with some more thunder.
Thunder. Thunder. Thunder. Thunder. Dunk of justice.
Does Blake Wesley give the Spurs more? No, I don't think so. Colin Sexton is not on the floor right now. And another block by Bassey. Not in my house! Wow. How many blocks does Bassey have? Like 4? He is blocking everything tonight. Homer Martinez, good evening to you. Michael, yes, his shot selection at times is frustrating. I will agree. Coach might be telling him to shoot 2. We don't know. He might be giving the green light to say, hey, get out there and fire at will. Keontae George fouled on a 3-point attempt. And guess who fouled him? Captain No Defense himself, Malachi Branham. Just checked in the game and already made his presence felt. Fouling the 3-point shooter, dumbass. Jessica, good evening to you. Pardon my French. We are fouling 3-point shooters way too much this year. We get the lead to 9, and then we give them 3 free throws. Blue Panda, exactly. We're always fouling at the 3-point line. Why do we keep doing that? It's very undisciplined basketball. I've been waiting almost 42 years for that. What's that, Jeff? A foul? This is who I want gone. Branham, Collins, Keldon, and Jones. Well, Jones will probably be gone after the season. Keldon's under contract. Collins has 1 more year. Branham, I don't see extended after this year. I think this will be his last year as a Spur. Unless he has a phenomenal run at some point, I don't think he's going to be with us. Good morning, Jay from the Philippines. Go, Spurs, go. Keldon in the paint. Runner, good. I mean, we keep hanging around 10. Cruz, what's up? Hope all is well with you, too. I mean, Keldon's on a descending contract. It gets smaller over the life of it, so that's... I'd keep him around off the bench. I do think Brown's going to be gone. Keontae George from the free throw line, short. Trey Jones with the rebound. Spurs on the run. Over to Champagny. Champagny in the paint. Gets rejected. Fast break down the other end. Keontae George in the paint. Back to 12 points. B-Low, good evening to you. If Malachi's not 6'8". Keldon with the off-balance jumper, no good. Draws the foul, going to the line for 2. We are shooting ourselves in the foot. And Bassey is the only one slinging that D out there. What is wrong with Branham to me? Well, he plays almost 0 defense. Poor decision making. And he's a 3-level scorer that at times is a no-level scorer. So when all the things are working against him, he's a liability on the court. I like the kid. I'm rooting for him. That dunk he had on LeBron last year was absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he postered LeBron at one moment last year. But he's wildly inconsistent on offense. And if he's not got it going on offense, he's a huge liability on the court because of his lack of defense. With all the picks we have next year and over the next few years, we're going to have a lot of players that are going to probably be expendable. I think him and Blake Wesley will be two of those players. I don't see them coming back after the year. We can win this game. Yes. Guys are 6'5" above, and there's going to be on the room, so I don't. I know we have a lot of players that are 6'5". Too many. Running Joe James, you're not too far off there. Malachi Branham, Lonnie Walker 2.0. And no, Steven, it's not Spurs basketball. Stormy Daniels, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping. And thank you for all being here. I haven't checked the thumbs up in a while. JT, what's up to you? Are we close to 150 thumbs up? I still have Manute Bowles stats up. By the way, Manute Bowles' first 5 years in the league, because we were talking about this, I'm going to finish here. His per 36-minute average, per 36, not his actual average, his per 36-minute average for block shots, 6.8, 7, 6.6, 7, 6.5. That is crazy. I think we had 150. Oh, we haven't done our 50 thumbs up yet. 148. We're too short. I'm hoping we can at least get to 200. We usually get to 200 now no matter what. Granted, we've been down most of the night, but I would like to hit 200 thumbs up. And if not for me, do it for the kid. Because if we don't hit 200 thumbs up, Grogu loses the headband. I said it. I meant it. Oh, Grogu's sad. He has faith in you, though, that you'll help him keep his headband. Yes. You know what? Let's bring Riley Minix in. King Z, our offense is horrible tonight. We need shooting. Riley Minix is a bucket. Is he not playing fairly well in the G League? Why not? Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Minix can shoot way better than Wesley. Not as good as a defender, but sometimes we need some offense out there. Leading scorers, Barnes with 20, Collins with 15. Yeah, that kind of night. It was like that in the first half. Barnes and Collins were the leading scorers. Charles Bassey, 8 points, 4 blocks, 2 rebounds in about 14 minutes. He does have 4 blocks tonight. Guy just needs to stay healthy. That's his biggest issue. He just can't stay healthy. Anthony, Minix is a rookie. They probably don't have faith in him yet. Blake, I like Blake. He has been awful lately. I don't know if it's confidence is shot, but he's been playing really poor. Kelvin, 1 good game and 4 bad ones. That's about right. Josh, his role has declined a lot. The 22 points you're talking about was when he was the number 1 option on the team. Kellen forces the ball out of bounds. They're saying it's Jazz ball. Kellen's maybe asking for a challenge? Oh, and off Cody Williams' foot. That's going to be Spurs ball if they challenge it. Cody Williams kicked it out. At first I thought it was Kellnan, but it was a white shoe. Kellnan's wearing blue shoes. Cody Williams has 1 green shoe and 1 white shoe. That's interesting. Bronny James Dio. Nice. Holy diver. I want to see this replay one more. That is Cody Williams' foot because that is a white sneaker. Kellen's wearing 2 blue sneakers. That's Spurs ball. I thought I was buffering. The sneakers actually give it away. The color of the sneakers are what are going to show that. Good job by Kellman calling for the instant replay. He knew right away it was not out on him. So that's going to be, there's a challenge by the Spurs. They're going to win the challenge. It's blatantly obvious. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. You know what? I'm all on board Bassett getting more minutes if he keeps playing like this. What's the challenge ruling? Whoa, I just turned that way up. Spurs won. That was obvious. The shoes gave it away. If they were both wearing white shoes, then who the heck knows? But clearly wearing blue shoes and was off a shoe that was not his. That's fair, Josh. 15 to 17, yeah. I think that's the 12 is definitely less than I thought it'd be scoring this year. I expect him to be around 15 or 15 plus. Speaking of unable to stay healthy, it is a blessing in disguise that Kawhi forced his way out of the Spurs. Imagine having to pledge max salary and him not playing. You know what, Alex? He did get a championship with Toronto, but that might not have happened here, and he's been very injury prone since leaving Toronto. Mangles 49, Go Spurs, go to you. Go Spurs, go to everybody. Trey Jones is fouled, and he's going to the line for 2. Zach Collins is 50% this season from the field. Yep. 2 shots. Sure, serves him right for wearing 2 different shoe colors. Trey Jones at the line. First one's good. Well, I've got the lead down to 9. Vinicius, greetings from South Brazil. South America in the house. Jones' second free throw. Good. All right, so here's the magic number. We've gotten it down to 8, multiple 9s. Both Zach is 50, 40, 90 right now? Holy crap, Clement. All right, well, I stand corrected. He's actually, his shooting splits are fantastic. Oh my gosh, Trey Jones on Larry Markkinen. And he gets triple teamed. Gets it to Filipowski. He's blocked, but he is fouled. Zach is 50, 40, 90. I'm actually very shocked. All right, well, it's playing better than I realized. Akona, greetings from South Africa. Thank you for stopping in. The announcer just called him Bass Man. I'm a Bass Man. Well, I'm a Bass Man. Yeah! Remember that? Remember B.A. Billy Gunn? I love to block them. I love to dunk them. I don't know. Not tonight, David. But the giveaways are going to be random now because I found that announcing them, I think we may have had people subscribe just for the giveaway and then leave. A small number of people. I was like, you know what? The people that are here all the time, I'd rather do the giveaway for you guys. So they're going to be random now. The next giveaway, I will actually give you a little hint here. I thought this was really cool, so this is going to be the next giveaway when we do it. It's not tonight, but the next giveaway is George Gervin bobble. I like that little bobble of the Iceman. So that's the next giveaway. So sneak peek. Both teams in the bonus, and we still have one more free throw coming up for the Jazz. Filipowski's second free throw, there was a lane violation, so he's getting a reshoot. Sorry, Pistons fan. Zach defensively is a bit of a mess. I don't think the 76ers are tanking. They just have some... They have some issues. Joel Embiid's one of them. Yep, lane violation. Spurs ball, down by 10. Kellen's going to fly into the paint. Lots of contact. Foul. 2 more free throws. All right, Jeremiah. I'll show him the real game. There you go.
Sucker!
T-Gun, I saw that Iceman pop and I was like, swing. I'm like, I like that pop. That's something I'd buy for myself. So we'll give it away. All right, it's a cool little pop of George. Kellen misses the first free throw. And B never wanted Paul George. He wanted butter. Yes, Medicare Iceman, Hall of Famer, smooth as silk finger roll. You saw him in person in the 70s. Wow. William, I didn't know there was a George Gervin Funko Pop. And I'm like, that's like a classic Spurs player, an OG. John Paul, no idea. I hope they just win, period. I don't care by how much. Oh, Butler, not Butter. Markin, tough shot in the paint, no good. Malachi Branham with a rebound. Malachi will bring it up for the Spurs. Gets it into Bassie. Bassie with a pull-up J, in and out. There's a short jumper. Not necessarily what we're looking for. But, you know, let him play, right? I mean, Isaiah Collier into the paint. Loses the ball. Get to Filipowski. Filipowski off the glass, no good. And Charles Bassie gets pulled to the ground. That'll be a foul on the Jazz, I would assume. Prime, I used to love the DX thing. Suck it! Chris Paul has not been playing much tonight, has he? I wonder if his thumb is bothering him. Don't forget, he injured his thumb in the game against OKC. Giannis to the Rockets for Jabari. That's not happening. Logan Henderson, good evening to you. And the 76ers are in turmoil. Bassey at the line, 2 shots. Lead is 9. Can we get it to 7? We can't seem to get it to less than 8 no matter what they do. They can't get it to less than 8. He missed a free throw, so he's not going to get it to less than 8. Even if he makes one. Damn it! Sad but true. Made one. 8-point game. 8-point game. Oh, CPS 23. Okay, I didn't realize he had 22 minutes. Jafleezy, he had 7 assists in the first half, which means he has 0, I believe, in this quarter. I could have sworn he had 7 in the first half. Filipowski blocked by Bassey. No. Malachi Branham throws up a brick. Nice save by Bassey. Is Bassey the only one playing with energy tonight? An alley-oop to Bassey. Boom! Shakalaka Charles Bassinator!
Thunder, dunk of justice.
Bassey is hustling his butt off. Marking it for 3. Brick! Bassey with the rebound. Ooh, Filipowski just got leveled. Holding his ankle. Branham for 3. No good. Way to kill the momentum, Malachi. Momentum killer Malachi is your name now. Wait, 88-82? Did I put too many buckets on? I did. I got excited. I put too much on the score. It's 88-82. Bassey is kicking assing. Filipowski, they just said, is very hurt. Oh, he's getting helped off the court. Can we trade Zach Collins for a Rich? All right, the Jazz have a serious injury with Kyle Filipowski. He jumped up. He lands. I don't know what happened to him. It's an ankle, knee, or it's some kind of leg injury. It's 88-82. I messed up with the score. My apology. I got excited. And we have a technical free throw for Trey Jones now. Trey's missed a couple free throws tonight. Momentum killer Malachi. You heard it here first. I can't dunk anymore, Captain Condugan. Maybe next year. I'll try, but I'll be 48 next year. All right, Filipowski. Oh, rolled his ankle. He rolled his ankle. That's probably a sprain. Wow, Kyle, that is... Bassey is making a claim for minutes. Jones sucks on offense and at free throws. Michael, he's missed a couple tonight. Jansen, Chris Paul did jam his thumb. He's probably just getting some rest for the fourth quarter. Yep, Filipowski head to the locker room. Couple free throws for the Jazz. First one is no good by Isaiah Collier. He's not a good free throw shooter. We got the lead down to 6 right now. McCong, that's how I feel sometimes. I hope I didn't just give Malachi Branham a terrible nickname. Momentum killer Malachi. That just came out. The Bassinator, I don't even know what that is. I'm slinging nicknames tonight. Collins is ahead because he's making $18 million, Kevin. The guy that's getting paid the big contract that's why he's ahead. Trey Jones gets fouled. He's going to get 2 more free throws. Juancho Joshi, good evening. Is it true that Kyle Guy is in a... What? What Kyle Guy? Kyle Filipowski? I don't know anything about that at all. 2 shots for Trey Jones. Spurs down by 7. What the hell, Trey? He missed another free throw. Isn't he like a north of 85% free throw shooter? Made 1 of 2. Spurs are 25 of 34 from the line. No wonder why this game is starting to feel like it's going long. 54 free throws between the two teams. This is the closest it's been since the first quarter. 89-83, both teams in the bonus. Jazz will try to hold for the last shot. Shot clock is off. Collier turns it over. On the fast break, Trey Jones, layup good at the buzzer! 4-point game. Well, Trey, you did that right. The Spurs have cut it to 4. And Charles Bassey is bringing energy to this team that sorely needed it. Charles Bassey is making a strong case tonight and in the game against the Thunder to be the backup center for the Spurs. I mean, look, Zach Collins, stretch 5, something Bassey can't do right now, but Bassey's defense and rebounding his defense is light years ahead of Zach Collins. Where's my quarter thingy? There it is. All right, Spurs are in it. Justin, I can't dunk at the moment. I could dunk last year. I had some injuries this year. I tore my tricep in June. It was not a territory I needed surgery, but I tore my tricep, and then 2 weeks later, I sprained my ankle, and that just really knocked me out of working out. I've gotten back into working out again, and I'm not light. I mean, I'm not overweight, but I'm more solid than I've been with my upper body in a long time. But because I'm putting muscle on, I don't know if I can dunk. My legs are strong. I've been doing a lot of stair stuff, doing stairs with weights. So maybe I will be 48 next year, so that is asking a tall task. We already have the movie that says white men can't jump. Now I'm trying to jump as an almost 50-year-old man dunking. We'll try, but no promises. And Collins has been shooting well tonight. Mecca, Malachi, Mecca, Heine, Mecca, Malachi, Mecca, Heine. I can't even say it. Bassey is channeling his inner Manu. Yes. Brandon subbed out and the momentum picked up. And it is a game. You know what? Let's get some Go Spurs goes up there. You know when the Spurs also started playing better? When Coyote turned around and started watching again. They knew they had to get going. Hey, Rich, try Nerf first. Try a Nerf ball. You know, that's how I originally dunked for the first time, Saul 77. I was 37 years old, and when I was working at Geico, they had a basketball court outside, so I went on my lunch break, and I was like, one day I was just like, you know what? I've never been able to dunk. I'm 6'4". I should be able to. Most people 6'4" can dunk, right? No, my fingertip, I have an 8-foot reach. So that's only like to dunk maybe a 28, 29-inch vertical. So I started off dunking a tennis ball, then I worked up my way up to a volleyball, and eventually I was dunking a basketball on a 10-foot rim. Now, I can only do a one-handed dunk. I could not do two hands. I couldn't get high enough. But dunking for the first time in my life at 37, I thought was pretty cool. So if I worked at it, maybe I could do it, but my age is becoming an issue. And landing is a problem too. Landing on pavement over and over again. That's what my hoop is outside. That hurts. Kellen Johnson, the paint. Layup good. Go Spurs, go indeed. Gabriel said, yeah, a lot of people think I'm younger than that. I might grow my beard back. That's going to show some age. Drew Eubanks misses a dunk. Spurs have a chance to tie. Trey Jones in the paint. Lip. We got a tie game. Would I rather have D. Rose's career or Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler's hasn't. Oh my gosh, Trey Jones gets run over. That's a charge on the Jazz. Momentum. Captain Cadogan says, this is the Jazz I'm accustomed to. Joy, Victor, Go Spurs, go to you. And the momentum is all ours right now. Wow. What did I tell some of you guys in the first half? I don't know if you're still here, but some of you were saying the game was over and you were calling it a night. And I was like, don't do that. It's way too early, and we got a tied game now. Watch the Sports Sipa Takra. Who's that, Humgo? Is that a player? All right, Jeremiah. You're comparing me to a Hall of Famer. That's a little unfair. Manu could two-hand and dunk and get up and dunk on people in his prime. I never had a prime. This is cool. It's become a fun game. Tied up, just what we want. I want CP3, Wemby, Barnes, Sohan, and Bassey starting. Well, one of those guys is injured. So that's not going to happen. Thanks, Veronica. We believe in you. I don't believe in you.
I believe in you.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Pirtle, 15 points, 12 rebounds, another double-double. Not a huge game like he's been having, but man, he's been very well. Thank you, Wancho Josh. He says, drop a like. How about some thumbs up for the incredible comeback by the Spurs? Down 16. Even Spurs fans were giving up on them, and they fought back and tied it. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I think Charles Bassey's the one that's fired up this team. His energy's infectious, and he's got the team. I mean, Yeah, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Charles Bassey. Absolutely. I think Rich can still get to the air up there. TSR said he could take a prime. I mean, no. Yes, he did, William. He sure did. Bassey greater than Pirtle? Hopefully at some point. Huge Selena. Hug Selena. I'm going to make myself scale to her. There, how's that? That work? Collins a momentum killer. Malachi Branham's a momentum killer. We got a momentum killers on this team. This game is going long. It is after 10 o'clock. And we're early in the fourth quarter. Now, we've had a million free throws, so that's certainly part of the issue. Oh! The Jazz challenged that block on Trey Jones. Let's see what happens. Jones is moving. That was a good challenge by the Jazz. Look, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm biased for who I want to win. Trey Jones was moving on that one. That is an offensive, or that's a block, not an offensive foul. Are you guys really asking me against an NBA player? Veronica Miss TSR is home. D connects. I don't know where Chris Paul is. I thought he would come back by now, but he's not. 2 free throws coming up for Colin Sexton. Spaceballs reference. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, so it was a bucket and one, but he missed the and one. My apologies. I ain't doing screen nothing. Yes, she is, Veronica. Kelvin Johnson, drive, lose the ball out of bounds. Turnover. Guys, do not give the momentum all back right now. You heard it loud and clear. Nice. Jack, no, water, Jay. I'll go H2O. I got to work in the morning. I don't like Jack and Coke anyway, to be honest with you. I'm not much of a drinker. Markin and Euro steps in the paint. Layup, good. Jazz back up by 4. What position do I play, Octane? Waterboy? I don't know what I would be. I just kind of suck everywhere. Champagne for 3. And 1! Why would you... What's with these games where we're seeing the 3-point shooter fouled on the time? That could be a flagrant. He actually landed... Champagne didn't have a spot to land. He got under his feet. I think. I'll have to take a look at the replay. Champagne lands at Wemby's feet. Wemby's giving a little tappity tap tap. Nope, no flagrant. Okay, we're good. Champagne having a much better second half, coming to life a little bit. Makes the free throw. We're tied up again. 93 all. Chris Paul is back in the game, Louis. Defense champ. Finally, the crowd is awake. Sends a ball for 3, no good. Markkanen with the rebound. Cody Williams for 3, no good. Another offensive board. The putback is... Can we stop giving second and third chance opportunity? Sensabaugh with the putback. Sorry, guys. Not sure what happened there. We good? I think we had a little buffering. Stephon Castle's at the free throw line. We up and running? Castle's first free throw. I shouldn't be frozen anymore, am I? Okay, we're good. I saw we were freezing up, and I just had to hit a quick refresh. I did time out the guy that kept dropping the F-bomb. Storytellers, if you drop one F-bomb in the chat, hey, fine, whatever. But when you just keep spamming cuss words, come on, man. Tied again. I did not expect this to be a good game tonight. But so far it is. Oh, no kissing. Oh, hug and kiss Selena for you. No, I can't do that. Spurs haven't had the lead since the beginning of the first quarter. Drew Eubanks, what a huge dunk at Stephon Castle. Eats floor. But he likes it. He gets right back up and he's like, I eat floors for breakfast. Right now I'm very hungry. Wack Collins is back in for the Spurs. CP3 starts to drive, gets it to Collins. Collins off the glass. All right, Zach. And one! This would be the Spurs' first lead since, like, I don't know, a long time ago. Hit that like, people. 419 people watching, so we can definitely get to 200 likes. Yes, we can. I mean, Gabriel, I try not to swear. I do once in a while. I did say ASS tonight. But, I mean, yes, the F-bomb fart. I mean, if you put in the chat, bad effing defense, I'm not going to get upset. But if I see repeated swearing over and over and be like, hey, somebody was spamming the F word, that's not necessary. Or you censor it. F*CK. There you go. Now you can't get in trouble that way with anybody. Sexton drives in the paint in a beautiful layup over Stefan Castle. 99-98. Back and forth game now. Bassey leaves in the paint wide open. Facts. Space Ghost, the Spurs came back. They fought hard tonight. Bassey brought a lot of injury in the second half, and here we are. Collins in the paint. Little jump hook. No good. You travel. An offensive foul on Zach? Zach Collins' arms are very bruised right now. Jeez. He moved his pivot foot? He must have. Oh, he elbowed Larry Markkinen. Never mind. It's an offensive foul. I didn't even see the elbow. All right. That makes sense. Sensabaugh wide open for three. No good. Collins with the rebound. 99-98. 8:50 to go in the game. The Spurs were down by as much as, I think, 16. Castle almost turns the ball over. Punches it out to Champagnie for three. No good. At this for friends who do stuff together. There you go. Bible English, they did come back. Oh, did you click off? They came back. Calvin, what's going on? And a steal by CP3-0. CP whatever. Chris Paul. Champagnie for three. He was fouled on the three. The three is no good, but he's going to go to the line. The Jazz have fouled Julian Champagnie in a three-point shot twice in this quarter. My top 5 NBA players are non-Spurs in the league right now. Nikola Jokic comes to mind immediately. He has been on a tear. Actually, his foot might have been on the line. Hold on. Nope. His foot was not on the line. I don't like these uniforms either, Steven. We're going to have a timeout. 3 free throws coming up for Julian Champagnie, and the Spurs can retake the lead. Oh, all-time? My all-time top 5 NBA players that are not Spurs? 1990 and up, because that's when I started watching the NBA, so I can't put Wilt, Kareem, those type of players. I didn't see them enough. I only saw the talent of Magic and Larry's career, so I won't be rating them. Top 5 in any order: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. You said non-Spurs. I mean, I'll put Steph Curry on there. And Shaq. Ottawa mentions Hakeem Olajuwon. I won't be upset if you put Hakeem on that list. You can put Kevin Durant as an honorable mention. That's it. I'll stop there. John Collins is not in the game right now. The players on the court are over here on your right, Oscar. Gabriel, is he not standing up at all? He's out with a knee contusion. Devin Vassell's out again. I don't know what's going on with him. DNA, good evening to you. Jazz fan, thank you for stopping in. There's a couple Jazz fans in the chat. Not a lot, but there's a couple. Go Spurs, go to the Spurs fans. General Chicken, it's been back and forth, which makes it a fun game to call. Panman needs, I need the Jazz to win. How about 5 current non-Spurs? I mean, we're talking all time. I mean, a lot of the guys I just mentioned are going to be on that same list. LeBron's still going to be on that list. We're talking current active players. Well, I'm not going to say LeBron James is a top 5 player right now. I think that's past him. He's not playing any defense. I would definitely put Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis, those type of players. Collins needs 2 threes? Wait, which one? There's 2 Collins. There's John Collins and Zach Collins. Devin's the best player. If he's the best player we got, we're in trouble because he is hurt again. Send Vassell to the Clippers? I don't want to do that. CP33333. We're in a game break, and when we come back, Champagnie will be on the line for 3. Pat McCaff, I'm hoping Wemby plays Saturday versus the Warriors. He's missed 3 games in a row. I'm hoping he doesn't miss 4 in a row. And you know what, Inca Demigod? if they beat, and granted, this is not a good Jazz team, but the Jazz are healthier than we are. If we can beat the Jazz without Wemby, Sohan, and Vassell after beating the Thunder, that's... And I said that actually during the Thunder game. I'm like, you know what? Win or lose, just compete. And they were down tonight, and they fought, which is you want to see from a young team. So I think they were checking for a flagrant on the Champagny three-pointer. I think it's just a common foul. It's snowing in Cleveland? What? I'm good for snow. I'm good with none. Rogelio, thank you for stopping in. Champagny, you missed the first free throw. Damn it, Champagny is right. Depleted Med said, come on, Utah, don't you guys want flag? Let's win. Snowing in Paris, no kidding, Clement. Made the second one. We had a tie game again, which it's been back and forth all night. Carlos Jeter, como está mi hombre? Hope you are doing well. We don't have 200 thumbs up yet, though. How do we not have 200 on a huge Spurs comeback? I don't know. Top 5 non-emotional players in the NBA. Not snowing here on the west side or east side. 1 point game, 100-99, and a very good game. We got a whistle, and this is probably on the Spurs. Snowing in Ukraine? Someone didn't hit the like button. Was it you, Veronica? You let me down? And now a defensive technical on the Spurs. The Spurs have taken 41 free throws tonight. No wonder why this game is taking forever. I don't want Rudy Gobert, Joshua. Inca, yes. You know what? Ask and you shall receive, and it's tied up on the free throw. A coyote boop. Boop. Not snowing in Connecticut. I think the Bulls are going to get flagged. Jazz ball all tied at 100. 8:05 to go. Keontae George for 3. Man, he's been shooting well tonight. And like that, it's a 3-point lead for the Jazz. Shot that with confidence. Spurs have 3 timeouts left. The Jazz have 2. 103-100, 7:50 to go. CP3, Stephon Castle, Charles Bassey in the game again. CP3 from the free throw line. Good. 1-point game. Bassey gives us such a All right, so my OBS went down tonight. My apologies. We had back-to-back dunks on that one. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on tonight. YouTube's been weird. It's 106-103 with 5:58 to go. I haven't had any issues with OBS crashing on me. All of a sudden tonight, it's been a disaster. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. It's very stressful as a content creator when you're just doing everything right and stuff is still just dying on you. All right, we got the clock fixed. There we go. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Bassey's been phenomenal. 106-103. Nope. We just had a bucket by the Jazz while I was trying to get everything up and running. No, it is still 106-103. I'm sorry, I'm back. My audio's coming in and out. Is the audio okay? CP3 pull up Jay. Good! All good, Steven, now? Okay. 108-103. Spurs on an 8-0 run in the last 2:20. Audio's good. Thank you, guys. Am I not? I'm wired here tonight. I don't know what's going on. And a bucket and 1 for Colin Sexton. Spurs up by 3. Let me double. I want to make sure that, I'm plugged in. I don't know what's going on. We're plugged in. I don't know. YouTube just being YouTube tonight. I don't know. We do need this win. This is an and 1 for Colin Sexton. 105-108. Free throw is good. Thank you, Veronica. It's very stressful as a content creator when you see your stream go down, and it's like I have no control over it. We back. We good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And that's Jazz ball. That's a turnover by Stefan Castle. Kyle, maybe refresh the stream. Everybody else is saying it's good, so maybe just refresh the stream on your end. And a turnover by the Jazz. Spurs got a fast break. They get it to Keldon. Keldon in the paint. Misses the shot. He is fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. I should do an interview with Wemby. Justin, I don't have that kind of pull. So I don't see that happening. Next game is against Golden State. So yes, we do need to win this game tonight. Kamar Benny, refresh. To everybody, hit refresh and you should be okay. Coyote, what are you watching over there, buddy? Keldon at the line. First free throw is good. Richard's short video about the pet jersey and Toby was hilarious. He really don't know. He did not like that jersey. You watched it 10 times? Oh, Carlos, that's awesome. Missed the second free throw. We're missing a lot of free throws tonight. I don't know who locked on Spurs is Octane. Oh, Keldon gets absolutely knocked over on a screen. Foul on Isaiah Collier. I've told you guys, I haven't mentioned recently, I had a really bad experience with a Spurs channel, 2 years ago, where they basically kicked me at the curb like I was Joshua Primo. So at that point, I haven't worked with a Spurs channel since, to be honest with you. I'm good. Now, this Spurs family is you guys. Missed by Barnes in the paint. Spurs get the ball back. Stefan Castle starts to drive into the paint. Loses the ball. He's been doing that a lot late in the fourth quarter. We need him to play cleaner basketball. Fast break for the Jazz. Isaiah Collier layup. It's a 1-point game. Got to play better. Laurie Markin is in the game. Players on the court are over on your right, Sergio, and everybody in the chat. Frank, what's going on? I don't know if this game's a part of the Cup tourney. I don't believe so. CP3 gets it over to Bassey. He thought about a 3 and then realized he's Charles Bassey. That's a negative. CP3 for 3. Primo was slinging the D, the wrong kind of D. But as far as, collaborating, I've got you guys. I've got the couch contingent, Miss TSR. I'm good. Collier from the free throw line, no good. Charles Bassey with another rebound. Tuesday and Friday Cup games. Thank you, David. CP3 thinks about another 3, gets over to Castle. Back to CP3. 12 on the shot clock, 3:22 to go. Spurs up by 4, 112-108. Paul gets it to Castle. Castle in the paint. Bucket and 1. He tried to dunk it. He got fouled, so he just kind of went in. Rich should DM Wemby and show him that he's legit. Maybe he'll do it. He seems like a nice guy. I seriously doubt it. I don't think he would even get the DM from me. It'd be probably blocked. Firefox, good evening to you. Klingon. Hey, don't pick on Donovan Klingon. A great pass by CP3. Bible English, she's going to have a hard time getting Rookie of the Year with the way Jared McCain's playing. And Dalton Connect. Spurs, biggest lead of the game by 7. The Jazz are jazzing. Jazz doing Jazz things. Keontae George out in 3-point land. Gets it to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh, 8 on the clock, drives on Keldon, gets into the paint. Misses the layup. Markkanen with the rebound. Oh, hard foul by Charles Bassey on Lauri Markkanen. Does he have a double-double, Ken? I don't know. Bassey, no. He's got 11 points and 8 rebounds. Harrison Barnes has a double-double, 22 and 10. Barnes having arguably his best game as a Spur. Sean Elliott just said there was a push-off before. The push-off, now I'm surprised they did not call a push-off on Sensabaugh and Keldon. That was a clear push-off. Maybe Keldon sold a little bit. Either way, we got Lauri Markkanen at the line for 2 free throws. The first one's good. No, Robert, he can't argue that one. He fell all over him. Rich, it's funny that the Lakers, you think we're old and kind of trash, yet have a star now. And yet Dalton Connect's been a great pick for them. I hear he's not a great defender, but he's been an offensive beast. Mitch is sticking with Bassey. We need the defense. If we need offense, he'll go to Collins. CP3 from the line. Drops to 2. Spurs up by 7. Chance to get to 500. And John, if Bassey can stay healthy, he would be a great backup center. I mean, Wemby's a fantastic rim protector. He comes out, and you put in a rim protector for him. Long 3 by Kante George. Back rim, no good. And the rebound's going to fall to the hands of Charles Bassey. Chris Paul will bring it up. Spurs looking to get to 8-8, baby. I don't know Walker, Texas Rangers lines, Ernie. I don't. Over 2 minutes to go, and the Spurs with a legit chance to win. Tailored Plains, good evening, Jazz fan. Thank you for stopping in. You guys were up big. CP3 for 3, in and out. You guys were up by 16 at the half, I believe, and the Spurs fought back hard in the second half. A nice comeback for this young team. Missing 3 of their starters. You guys are missing players in that, too. Walker Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, no, I'll acknowledge that. John Collins in the paint. Layup good. 1:17-112, a minute 40 to go. Hey, Alpha, good evening to you. G51, what's going on? That's right, we didn't Charles Bassey. Did we get him off waivers? 007. I'm fine with a Wemby Bassey combination. Stefan Castle drives in the paint, gets by everybody, throws it down! Nice move by Stefan Castle.
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunderdome of justice.
Spurs up by 7. That's right, Stefan Castle with the man. Yeah, the Hadoken. The Shoyoroken. Tatsubatu, or whatever he says when he's spinning around to his kick. No, Greg. People were telling me I would have to call it early. People were saying in the first half, game over. Don't give up on our Spurs. This is a different Spurs team with these young guys playing well. Roxville, it's going to be tough for Rookie of the Year. 2 wins, we have no business. No, Gregory, the Jazz are not a good team. We are missing 3 starters and Pop, but this was still a winnable game. A Spleen says, first half was so bad, I stopped to watch. Looks like I was wrong. Yeah, a lot of people stopped watching. They did. I didn't. The spinning kick is the Tatsumaki Sanpukiyaka. Is that how you actually say it? Dude, what? Why? You need to get your life together and do your due diligence. To do your due diligence, young man or what, lady. And that's really odd channel name you have there as well. Captain Gadugan, I came at half and brought the company. You did! Nintendo Lego NBA fan, good evening to you. Grant Robinson, thank you for stopping in. Anybody new to the channel? I'm obviously a huge San Antonio Spurs fan. That should be blatantly obvious by what's all over the place here. If you're looking for an awesome Spurs community to hang out for live streams or news videos, etc., make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'd also appreciate the thumbs up. And we also do random giveaways here and there. And I am keeping them random now. They're not going to be announced. Our next giveaway is this George Gervin bobblehead, which I think is pretty cool. That's a missed 3 for the Jazz, and that's probably going to be the dagger. What a comeback for our Spurs. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Humberto. And yes, he is G51. Jared McCain is. Under a minute to go, and the Spurs are going to get to 500, barring something weird happening. Charles Bassey to Harrison Barnes. Barnes for 3. Dagger! There's your dagger! Hadoken! John, hello to you. That is the dagger by Harrison Barnes. Missed 3 by the Jazz. You get the ball back. John Collins out to Sensabaugh for 3. Ooh, that one's good. Bassey to CP3. They try to foul CP3 and whiff. They try to foul him again and whiff. They finally get him. That's right, Hadoken. Good night, Carlos. Have a good evening. $122 to $115. 2 free throws coming up by Chris Paul. Yes, please leave a thumbs up on the way out. Whoa, I stepped out for like 15 minutes. What happened? Now we're up by 10. Yes, Dan. We're up. Golden State, Dyers, we're going to need Wemby and Vassell back. Not impossible, but that's going to be extremely hard. We're just seeing the Barnes theory. Oh, wow. Barnes' best game of the year? Probably. Chris Paul makes the second one. 9-point game. Gosh, we took like, what, 45 free throws tonight? That three-pointer is no good by Keontae George. And Kellen's going to take it in the paint. Boom! On the fast break.
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, of justice.
They're going to hit Kellen Johnson with a technical because he pulled up on the rim. But the Jazz turned it over and Kellen took it in and threw it down hard. And he may have pulled on the rim a little too much, guys. Ken, we are getting close to 25,000 subscribers. And thank you, Crypto Keeper. Oh, no, not my jersey. You're liking these jerseys? I'm still not a fan. I'm still not a fan. Landon Sports Talk. Good evening to you, my friend. A fantastic comeback win for the Spurs. GG Jazz fans. Yeah, he gave that rim a little too much. Too much of a rim job there, Keldon. Got in trouble. 126-116 Jazz ball. The game is all but over. Markkanen, air ball. John Collins' turnaround jumper is good. And now the Spurs will dribble it out. They're not going to foul. You're down by 8. That's the game. Wow. Yeah, D-Dad, I said that. Jared, I did. Ayo! Biscuit Buddy, I don't know if I've ever seen one on the Spurs. What a game for our Spurs. Down by 16. And I got to give special props to Charles Bassey. He really helped energize the team in the second half with a bunch of blocks. His energy was infectious. TSR touchable. I'm very touchable. Wait, what? Dog, what's going on? No Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan. No problem. I've now said that twice, oddly enough. This is a great one for our guys. I know it was against the Jazz. We would have lost this game last year. That Thunder game we would have lost last year, we would have lost this game this year. Venom was trying to destroy the Spurs property. And you're welcome, Rodney. We have 8 wins. Guys, I don't think you understand the magnitude of that. Can we get the 300 thumbs up, by the way? We only need 34 more, but 8 wins. If we look at last season, which is hard to do because last season the Spurs were awful, but if we go to last year, when did we get our 8th win? Why do I have a Black Friday ad? Get off of my screen, fool. They're interviewing Charles Bassey appropriately, so I really liked what I saw of him tonight. Man, if he can stay healthy. The Spurs got their 8th win on January 20th last year to improve to 8-34. We are 2 months ahead of schedule. I'm not saying this is a playoff team, but I like what I'm seeing out of Mitch Johnson. And we have not been healthy all year. Let's not forget, we haven't had our full roster. We haven't had our projected starting lineup together. They haven't played 1 second together. It was supposed to be Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. And we've had injuries all over the place tonight to some of those guys. So, I mean, this is a nice one. We're going to get to the halftime stats, end of game stats. My apologies. I'm sorry for the little stream buffering earlier. I don't know what was going on. I know I can't control it, but I still feel like, it's my fault. So I just need to do better. I don't know how, but Spurs outscored the Jazz 41-29 in the fourth quarter, 34-22 in the third. They outscored the Jazz 75-51 in the second half. Last year, Spurs probably don't do that. For the Utah Jazz, John Collins with 18 points and 14 rebounds. Nice double-double for him. Lauri Markkanen with 27 points to lead the Jazz. Kyle Filipowski with 4. Rough night for him. 1 of 6 from the field, and he did twist his ankle at one point. Colin Sexton with 18 points. And Keontae George with 19. George was firing a lot of threes, but he ended up being 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Not particularly great. Jazz as a team were only 13 of 45 from beyond the arc, 29%. They did take 26 free throws, making 23. The Spurs took 46 free throws and only made 35. That's 76%. We left a lot of points up on the board. For the Jazz bench, former San Antonio Spur and future Hall of Famer Drew Eubanks with 4 points. Cody Williams with the donut, 0 for 2 from the field from him. Bryce Sensabaugh was difficult for us all night. He had a nice game, 18 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. Johnny Zhuzhang with 6, and Isaiah Collier, a very rough night. He had 4 points and 6 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers and only shot 1 of 8 from the field. That is bad. For our Spurs, Zach Collins, except for his 2 missed free throws, he was pretty solid tonight. 18 points, 5 rebounds, not slinging a lot of D. He did have 3 turnovers. Julian Champagnie with 14 points, was only 2 of 7 from the field, but he did have 6 assists and 3 steals and a block, so he was slinging the D. Harrison Barnes, his best game as a Spur probably, 25 points, 10 rebounds, no turnovers on 8 of 13 shooting. Chris Paul with 13 points, 10 assists against only 1 turnover. Our rook Stephon Castle played 35 minutes tonight, had 18 points on 6 of 14 shooting, and was 5 of 5 from the line. Also gave us 3 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a block, and only 2 turnovers. So a nice game for Stephon Castle. Kellen Johnson with 12 points off the bench and 8 boards and 4 assists. Charles Bassey, the Energizer Bunny Bassey, the Energizer Bassey, with 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 block shots off the bench to really energize the defense on the second unit, which has been a major issue for the Spurs all year. Their second unit defense has been straight trash. You remember straight cash, homie? Well, this has been straight trash, homie. Bassey brought the defense tonight. Trey Jones with 11 points. Very disappointing from the free throw line. He's usually a good shooter. He was 5 of 8, but I think his injury is still... Well, he had an ankle injury. That shouldn't affect his free throws, but whatever. Malachi Branham, 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting. And Blake Wesley, any good juju he had earlier in the season is gone. 1 point in 4 minutes. 0 for 3 from the field. Took 2 3-pointers, missed them both. I don't know what happened with him. He's going to find himself out of the rotation, as is Malachi Branham. When Jeremy Sohan and Devin Vassell and Wemby are all healthy and back in the lineup, you're going to see Wesley Branham's minutes go to nothing. I don't know how you keep Charles Bassey out of the lineup. The way he's playing, if we need defense, I guess you go with Bassey. If we need offense, you go with Collins moving forward when Wemmy's back. Bassey got more minutes than Collins. He got 27 minutes to Collins' 21. When Bassey was on the floor, the Spurs were plus 16. When Zach was on the floor, they were minus 8. Wow. Mitch Johnson's going to have some interesting decisions. We got the 300 thumbs up, but don't stop there. Keep it going. Keep it going. But Mitch Johnson's going to have some interesting decisions to make over the next few weeks. If Bassey keeps playing like this, do we find a way to trade Collins sooner than later? You make Bassey the backup, but then do you worry about Bassey as a backup with his injury history? I don't know. Barnes I didn't realize he had 5 offensive rebounds. That is solid work, yep. Thank you, Lawrence. He says, hit the guys. Landon says, the Warriors play Spurs in the second half of a back-to-back. We might lose to your Spurs on Saturday. If we have everybody back, if Wemmy's playing, Vassell's playing, I do think we have a legit shot at beating your Warriors. If they're both out, they're going to need the second half Spurs from tonight and the Spurs from the Thunder game to play. So, look, I know it's just the Jazz. They would have lost this last year, guys. No doubt they would have. Wesley is a terrific cheerleader. That's fair. Francisco, it was a great way to close for sure. Simone, definitely a great win. 4:37 a.m. in Rome. Get some rest. Go Spurs, go. Thank you, Deliza. Castle and Barnes are fighting for a starting spot. They are. They're probably going to keep it. What happens with Stephon Castle when Vassell's back? I mean, Blippy, it's not that I want to trade Chris Paul. I want to be straight with that. I just think they're going to. My gut's telling me that at the All-Star break, we're not trying to win a championship this year. That I don't know. There's a lot of X factors in there. Chris Paul, from what I read, came to the Spurs because of his conversations with Greg Popovich. If Greg Popovich can't come back this year or chooses not to coach, will Chris Paul want to stay here? Or will he ask the Spurs organization for a trade? And will they, being the good guys we are, say, hey, thank you for your time here. You mentored Castle half the season. You got the guys rolling. If you're looking to go to a contender, we'll see what we can get for you. I don't know. There's a lot of tangibles there. We'll see what happens moving forward. Beavis! Hey, Beavis, thank you for being here. He says, Wesley is our best sideline cheerleader. Keep him. He'll be an excellent 15th man off the bench. No word on Pop at all. Congrats, Marauders. What did Marauders do? Spurs winning a great comeback, and wife and I just welcome the baby boy, 8 pound and 4 ounces. Congratulations, a double win, Marauders, for you. That deserves a go Spurs go. And I just Chuck Norris do that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Castle's not ready to run the point yet. Absolutely not. But, wow, what a win. Cody Williams at 0. I totally meant to congratulate you, not Chuck Norris. Well, that's Chuck Norris giving you some Chuck Norris high fives. That's how he high fives. Congratulations on the baby. I'm losing my voice. This was a long game. Oh my gosh. These streams are usually 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're over 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. But this was a good win. And I didn't punch a newborn. Chuck Norris did. But congratulations, Marauders. A great win tonight. I'm so happy that I could share this all with you tonight. And we'll be back live for the Warriors and Spurs. I think it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And hopefully we got the full team back. I'm really, really, really hoping. I'm really hoping we got Wemby Saturday night because we're going to need them. We're going to need everybody to beat the Warriors. They are a good team for sure. Extra Smooth Dude, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. CP3 want to play with a contender, which maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe at full strength we will be. Maybe we're light years ahead of where we want to be. I don't know. Mitch Johnson's gone to playing some great inspired basketball at times. They're playing a much more modern NBA with the three-pointers. That's not a knock on Pop. But Pop had him playing a different type of game that maybe wasn't working for the team. Time will tell. I don't know. If this team starts getting well over 500 with Mitch Johnson as the head coach, do you make the change? Our 8th win was like January 20th, Kokoshibo. January 20th. We're way, way, way ahead of Vinny Canini. Awesome game by Charles Bassey. Collins and Bassey are equally effective with different strengths. I'd use them based on that. I was just saying that too, John. You know, if we need defense, go with Bassey. If we need offense, go with Collins. But guys, I had to wrap it up. I'm losing my voice. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. This was a fun comeback. If there are any Jazz fans in here, GG to you guys. But I do have to work. In the morning. So on behalf of myself, Selena, Baby Coyote, Lil Mikey, and Headband Grogu rocking his little Spurs jersey, what you gonna do with TSR Sports and the San Antonio Spurs? Run wild on you, brother! Go Spurs, go!